So welcome back to Man Cave Talk Live. Nangoja ianze, sijui kama imeanza. Chelewa kidogo sana pia leo kama last time. Sijui ndio time yangu mpya. Ni kama mtu huyu utaka nimpatie chakula before tuanze show. Anyway. Chile kama sound check. Sound check. Sasa tumeanza basi. So imeingiana. Okay, acha nicheki TikTok kama iko karibu kuanza pia. Niko na update software hapa kidogo, sijui ni aje. I think niko live both places sahi. So ya kwanza ilikuwa locked and loaded, kulikuwa na kuna hapa hivi Edward Kamau alisema locked and loaded. Pole bwana, mtu wangu siku hizi amekuwa na ataka kula lunch before niteremke hapa chini. So nikienda ku prepare live ana show up ataka dishi, so inabidi nimshughulikie. Na si mtu yeye anymore. Na record audio hata nimesahau kuvaa microphone. Tulivaa hii microphone ya recording. Ina record basi, hopefully. So na prepare live an hour before nikuje online, alafu na kucheck maybe one or two things to make sure everything go okay upstairs, ndio hapa ni man cave downstairs. Alafu napata bado mtu yeye hajakula, mama yake sijui yuko wapi. Nampatia dish na take so long. So but ni hivyo tu. Na try to rectify next time. So last week ilikuwa World Cup game, nifanianze live 2 hours earlier lakini nikachelewa because of game ikimeanza. Kama unaona hapa hivi hii hapa kuna World Cup hapa hivi. Hapa mahali hapa. World Cup ndio hii. Nili point hivi, ndio World Cup hapa. Nilibuy replica ile tu nataka kuona ile feeling nijue how big is the size hiyo cup yenyewe inakaaje. Hiyo trophy, I'm sorry, World Cup trophy inakaaje. So nikabuy before World Cup hii, kulikuwa na moja kinauzwa replica, raisin, si real, ni ile tu nikaa karatasi hivi, si real kabisa. Alafu kulikuwa na pia msaliuza last week so ya investment. Chelewa kidogo but hopefully tunaweza kaa hapa for another 1 hour hivi or so tumalize hii live. Ile kama kuna swali yote unaweza uliza pia, alafu tutajua tunaendaje from that. Naona hivyo itakuwa poa. So naona kuna maswali zinapoa in hapa hivi from YouTube. Oh, Richie vipi Richie, siku mingi. Hi everyone, locked in, been a while. Karibu sana Richie, na uko umebaki na game ama ni aje? Uko na watch game? So your type of car do you drive? What type of car do you drive? Is that what you mean? A van, Ford Transit van. So haina worse elbow. Even this whole week I've been busy. End of semester exam ziliisha jana. Leo kulikuwa na fellowship na we had to do some house painting ama nini with dad and small bro. Oh, kuna noma. Welcome back though. So kuna nini? Hope everyone is doing great. Been out for a while. Karibu sana Richie. Richie ni msewa hapa hivi. Oh, kitambo sana amekuwa hapa hivi. I think ni 2 years ama katika hiyo. So last week tulikuwa naongea story ya kama saliuza sijui ni difference ya investment. Ni sawa hiyo swali ya mwacha nikumbuke. Alisema kama siku answer question yake ilikuwa about investment. How do you invest? Hizi vitu hizo kani kama funny. Basically, kile musema hivyo kila siku ni ile siwezi kwambia, I won't tell you what to do. Ni ile unaangalia the world you live in, alafu unaangalia what's more appropriate kwako, which makes sense to you. Alafu na try to navigate. Kabla mu try to navigate life to the same way kama everybody else. I'm not different. Kuna so niambia ati mimi niko different kidogo. Niko the same too, I think so. Ile personality differences. Kama upenda, I'm very curious. Napenda kulearn vitu mpya on a daily basis. I'm very curious. Alafu mula juu niko na background ya computer science. Tukianza computer science, the first thing tulifundishwa ni hivi. una examine system ile na exist, sawa. So ukiangalia system, kama tuseme ukiambua system analyst, una analyze system. Okay, hii system ni hii na hii na hii, alafu unaangalia shortcomings za hiyo system ni gani, ni hii na hii na hii na hii. Then ukishaifanya hivyo, una draw kama a flow chart ya hiyo system, ile itaanza hapa iende hapa iende hapa. Nakumbuka hizo vitu juu ilikuwa very fascinating na mimi ikianza computer science. Ile computer niko na build up, sikuingia university directly, niliingia tu ile some kama hapa US au itanga associate degree, ile nataka ku build up ndio ni get to the end of my goal. Mpango wangu ilikuwa kwenda ku nini, Crystal Waters. Sasa poa sana kuingia UK alafu nifanye computer science, because nilisikia ile figure back then ilikuwa ati kuwa na computer science degree, master's degree, you'll make 65,000 a year. Back then ilikuwa big deal, lakini sahi I think ni 100 and something because of inflation. But hiyo 65 back days nilikuwa 19, 20 year old, it was a lot of money still. Nilikuwa tu na imagine yani. Unaona? So hapo nilipatia hii attitude ya larger than life. Unaangalia situation, unaanalyze hiyo situation linaenda, ile flowchart, alafu unataka kusolve hiyo problem. So tangu niingia hiyo basic computer science na hiyo everything ilikuwa basically ilikuwa tu ilini shape vile na think about life. By that time sikuwa in speaking terms na my dad for example, because tulikuwa tuna disagree na vitu mingi. Yeye alitaka tu nichukue tu degree yote kwa available, any degree that's available nichukue, na mimi kuna kama hiyo nikaa waste of my time. Sijui kwa nini, I don't even know why. He was right, by the way, he was right. He was always right. Nile sometimes ukiwa teenager you think you know it all, lakini hujui kitu yote, you realize baadaye you knew nothing in the beginning. So approach yangu yoga hivyo, sijui itangaje kama kuna ni optimistic ama pragmatic, one of those two. Sijui ni gani inaweza fit into both, by the way. So mwangalia kama kuna opportunity na take opportunity, alafu kama kuna any problem naweza solve na try kuisolve to my advantage, inanipatia advantage kisolve your problem. So hivyo ni approach life in everything I do. So nikiingia kwa kitu fulani hivi kama ni brand new, I fully immerse myself in it. Nasema ni ile all or nothing. Naona hivyo, all or nothing. So ndio approach yangu. It might not be the same na everybody else, that's to be honest. Nimekuja kugundua the more kwa sababu kuna mtu naongea na yeye na kuna expectation fulani. Sometimes more assume everybody thinks like me. Lakini it's different. It depends on your background, where you're raised, naona how your approach to life is. Hizo zote hizo zina factor. Naona. Lakini sasa kile mwambia waseni ile inafaa ujue kama kuna anything success from Charles anasema hey champ, it's coach Nyoro. Vipi bana, siku mingi. So ikukuwa na suppose unataka approach life in a sense, most of the thing itakuwa successful in your own way. Whatever success means to you itakuwa from within. Lazima usemeaje I fix sababu yani ni kama nishaongea hiki, nimepost hiyo video kweli, labda naipost baadaye, sijui mchelo na video siku hizi sana. My daughter ako very demanding, hiyo ako 2 year old, yani siku hizi tu I think mama yake ashachoka na yeye I think so, mama yake amechoka na yeye, yani hiyo muacha tu. So na hiyo jua tu mimi ndio ana clean kwangu, so I mean teach lesson pia. Daughters wako more, nime raise mostly boys. Sasa hii daughter ndio the youngest, ako very demanding, ataka attention, yani she seeks attention. So approach yangu ni hivi, msema kama utakuwa utapick career ya life yako, semeaje I want to be successful in blank space, put whatever you want in there kwa your blank space. Itabidi you have to take it personally. Itabidi useme this is my own responsibility, nachukua hii kitu na ni yangu, naona all or nothing. Everything unaanza kama it's new in the beginning, itakuwa hard in the beginning. If you didn't take it personal, utailuza haraka sana. Itakuwa ni kama ile, it doesn't really make it, ni partial, ni passive. I want to, but I don't want to, because people, you go in between. Autai take very seriously. Lazima useme, it's my personal responsibility to succeed in blank space, whatever you want. Alafu utaipasu sana, hivyo. Alafu jua tu ni all or nothing attitude. I'm not telling you what to do, but ile sema tu hiyo ndio approach mzuri. Kwa sababu mimi nikianza tracking for example, hiyo ndio one of the biggest thing lianza, ile ni set up for life. Mimi mudu tracking construction, si tracking over the road, ni tracking ile niko local, na amka asubuhi na job na rudi jioni home. I try to find a local job yeah, the same thing, kata kuingia na nobody wanted to hire me. Sikuwa na 5 years experience minimum, but nishafanya 2 years over the road, kachoka nayo. Nikasema aje, I'm gonna take this personal, natafuta job local no matter what, hata kwa ngumu ndaifanya bado. Kwa nini? Ile tu nataka tu niamke kwa bed yangu juu. Imagine utoke Kenya ukuje kuishi States, alafu uenda kuishi kwa gari, si kwa nyumba, si nana house, kwa gari. Alafu mimi nigundua over time, niko na so many problems, niko na kama allergies, hizo nisumbua. Kuna ma states nikienda na kwa mgonjwa, niko peke yangu, narudi home every 3 weeks, ilikuwa hard sana kwangu. So the one thing, nika take vitu zangu very seriously, I took them personal, like these were my personal projects. So sikuwa na option ya kuquit. Kwa nini? Because it's personal. I'm not competing with anybody, I'm competing with myself. Sawa, nikasema ndachukua hizi vitu niziweke kwa laini hivi, nizifuate to the end of it, hata kama ni mbaya. And I've done so many things ka hizo zinanisaidia ile kuwa na clarity ya life. Mbona kama nilisema nafanya live stream, kuna watu tulianza nao YouTube, ama nilipata kufanya YouTube kama 3-4 years ago. Sawa, the reason why mufanyanga YouTube, for example, na record na buy equipment na kila kitu, ni ile I've tried this before with other people. Now I record here, I'm just the behind the scene kind of guy, alafu wana quit. No. Natakwambia let's keep doing this, wanakataa, wana walk away. Sasa mimi najiuliza, maybe ilikuwa passive, haikuwa active, kwa ilikuwa tu passive. Na baki niko peke yangu tena. Nikasema okay, if I'm gonna do this, ni do live every Sunday. Kama nimeangalia wife amesema she wants to start singing now, because I think amekuwa na break because my daughter is getting older, at turn 3 in a few months. Alafu ashakuwa 3-year-old, ni kama somewhat independent, just anajua mali chakula iko, anajua kile anataka, anaongea words, kila kitu. So she knows what she wants. So wife said, I'm gonna go back to music. Sikambia sasa, just make sure you post some videos, music videos. Jua kanambia anadu music, ilikuwa kama nini? Hebu tuone Drew asemaje, asema it's tough at times. Hebu tuone comment ya Drew kama Drew asemaje, it's tough at times. You do whatever is necessary. When you have an option, then you exercise it. That's true, and I resonate like mimi nasema hivyo. Juu sio nasemaje, inakuwa personal responsibility. Nasema okay, if I'm trying to be in a non-profit, tuna record my video every weekend ama every other weekend, alafu na post every weekend, alafu mimi niko busy na run hizo social media zote hizo, Instagram, na run Facebook, na run YouTube, na run all I need is these guys to show up on one time. I get my recording, my audio, alafu nina edit the next 2 weeks, alafu ni post one by every weekend. So I'm giving myself something to do. Alafu the people who are supposed to show up, they don't show up. No. Sana baki niko na mtambo, niko peke yangu na ngojea wase. Kwa venue. What am I supposed to do? Naona hivyo. Sasa najiuliza aje, okay, what grip do I have on these people? Niwaambie ile on their willingness to do this video. Nothing. When I do out of the goodness of their heart. Alafu tulikuwa tunapata pesa pia, ilikuwa kama donation based. Drone yangu ya first ninunuliwa through kitu kama hiyo. Naona hivyo, alinibuy drone hiyo ni enhance nini. Nikasema okay, if my goal is to do this and I have a feeling it's something good, to learn how to record, monitor audio. Jumi na background ya kuwa DJ. So unajua DJ ni ile sometimes uko na microphone, unapatia msee anaongea. So I had to learn how to use audio. I'm not the best, by the way, but I'm good enough. Naona hivyo. Nikasema what I'm going to do is ndachukua hizi equipment, nianze YouTube channel yangu. Alafu ni record live, ni record audio, ni record video daily. Then from my recording, ndaona kama do I have what it takes or I'm wasting my time. But I'm going to try anyway. I'm going to try and fail. You understand? Okay. Or if I don't fail, I'll keep doing it. Nikasema that's it. Nikasema okay, so which is the best way to do this? Nikamwa okay, naanza channel. There's a channel already, by the way. Ilikuwa tracking. You can realize content you're tracking, it doesn't go that far. Inaisha. It's pretty quick. Any your community you're tracking, it's very niche, narrow. Not everybody's a tracker. Alafu watu wana bad feelings after some time. Ile kukaa nje, unakuwa beat down, nasema I don't even want to do anything to do with tracking. You can realize pretty quick ina demand. Nikaona okay, how can I do this? Alafu ni help mtu. Sema, wait a minute. How about sharing my own experience? Which I was already doing, but iko on a personal level, kwa simu, naona mtu Mwafrika kwa job site, tunaongea, naambia yeye ni Mnigeria, nampatia tips, naambia give me your number to exchange, na mentor. na mentor mpaka anakuwa free. Juu nigundue hivi, in the beginning kiingia kwa tracking ilikuwa business, tulikuwa less Africans per se in the beginning, lakini afterwards sahii tumejaa, there's a good number of us immigrants tunafanya hii construction, alafu wala wazungu waliretire wakuwa replace na wazungu wengine, so ni kama wameabandon hiyo, wamesema tu construction ni kama ni ya Waafrika tu, unaona hivyo, si ya kila mtu, unaona. So basically unasemaje, unasema lazima at least once in a while useme man, let me just do something, alafu ikuje useme isaidie mtu mwingine, ndio tusikuwe na bad reputation, unaona, au sio? Nataka kutype kitu kwa nini kwa TikTok inasema ni type kitu ndio hicho, kama niko ndani. That's what it is, by the way. So lazima ikuwe your personal responsibility, whatever you want to do in life, una choose, unasema hivyo. So me, fairly speaking, kuna vitu mu struggle nayo bado kama family life. Niko nafikiria ati family life ni ile the way your parents raised, I mean, raised you, ile ulikuwa na observe what they were doing, hiyo ndio standard and expectations. Not true at all. Wende uwe mtu mwingine ule si culture kaa yako, alafu mwanze kuishi pamoja uone kutaendaje. Wife yangu yonga mzungu, by the way, totally different. But every time, kama last week tulikuwa tumeenda ceremony excuse me, kwa familia yao, nikaangalia vile wana interact na kila kitu, totally different. Hata si karibu na mimi kabisa. Nikaona hii ndio environment where she came from, naona hivyo. So personal responsibility, any development kwenda mbele, sema tu this is personal. Ukisema ni personal, itakuwa hard for you to walk away from something umeinvest, you personally invested in this thing. Ukisema kama mimi sioni kama nda succeed kama niko Kenya, that was me, by the way. Mimi niliona kama there is no way, every possibility nilikuwa nayo, maybe si mob sana, maybe siko exploit everything, aliona hivi kunywa maji kidogo na choke kidogo hapa. Kuna wasa resonate na hiyo story yangu. Niliona yani ile from as a 19-year-old, for example, my options, maybe my dreams were bigger than or larger than life. There's no way nda succeed kwa Kenya. There's absolutely no way. Kwangu tu mimi mwenyewe. Was I wrong? Maybe. I don't know. Sikuna jua. But life iko kama tu kuna one direction. Ndaka huku, ndawa mtu, takuwa na watu ta struggle, I'll have to make it through. Maybe kana na bahati. Maybe. I don't know what's gonna happen. One day, ndaomba loan kwa sako, alafu ni buy land mahali, alafu ni jenge nyumba. Alafu maybe nikiretire, ndakuwa na property, itaanza kidogo. Iko tu ile very short-sighted dream. Naona hivyo. Lakini sao kufanya computer science nilipatia idea. How to solve problems. Nikaona kumbe there is a way unaweza plan life yako, semeaje, ndaka ninunue shamba, dream ya Kenya kama kawaida, ununue land mahali, alafu ujenge. Most people afikiria kujenga their personal residence. Naona hivyo. Kama usamanga hivi, mara mingi ukinuza background yangu ni gani? My parents walikuwa career employees all their life, mpaka wakaretire. So my dad ameanza business after ameretire. So it was new to him. Alafu tujai discuss hiyo story ya business, how it goes. But mi nimekuwa always in the back of my mind, the people that niko naona wana succeed haraka sana, kama it's like you're overriding the system, walikuwa in business. Naona kuna one of this kid tulikuwa na yeye, tukigrow up na yeye, madhaka kwa nauzanga merchandise, ananua hizi kama hizi vitu za tourism, alafu anaziship Europe, alafu anazifuata and anaziuza. Akirudi hivi, the first time aliship akaenda karudi, we didn't see much of a difference, but they had really nice things. Akaka kidogo 3 months tena akaship tena, akaenda karudi kidogo, amebuy gari brand new. Yani sijaona mtu akibuy gari brand new maisha yangu yote. Ilikuwa Peugeot 504 pickup truck. Kidogo ameenda the third time, wali move out. Wali buy how. So mimi nikasema okay, there's something about your business ukifanya ina open up avenues that you never thought it could exist before. So man, maybe I should be doing business. Kaza kuangalia option. Nilikuwa discuss na my dad, nikafikiria ile one of my biggest things, kasema labda ninunue basi matri, kitu kama hiyo. But matri kuna gundua kuna una leak pesa mingi sana kwa matri, especially kama ni passively, ile unaenda job alafu unawachia msai manage. Oh man, matri you leak, ina leak pesa vibaya sana. back then, sijui now maybe things have changed, but iko na leak juu kuna sako, kuna conductor, kuna dere, unavyowatumia pesa the whole day. Juu kuna mabesi yangu kunaendesha ma3. Yani pesa kama ina leak tu yani. Wanajua utapatia mdosi this much. And that's it. Everything extra, hautapewa hiyo extra. Na hiyo unapewa kama wewe si mjanja, kuna maintenance, kuna ma3 ni hasara. One of my thing ni kwa real estate. Kununua nyumba na kuna ma-rental. Nikajua saa, how am I going to make this happen? Not in this lifetime. Ikataka kuapply green card. That's what happened. So get green card ilikuwa kama kuwin lotto kwangu. Ili certify dream yangu. Kuja States ka realize, oh, it's not just kufika hapa hivi unapata things just work out. Nope. Tena lazima ukimbia tena from scratch. Uweke on your marks, get set, go. Tena uanze tena. Ikaanza hivyo. So that's what drives me on a daily basis. Wasiwaza kuwa different. Kwa time nikigrow up sikuwa very Christianish, nasema hivyo. My parents are Christian. Nikasema, okay, what's this beautiful thing about Christianity? At some point, wacha ni explore your option. Just jai kuwa very tight into it. Nikai explore. Guess what happened? Nilienda deep naye. Nikalan kila kitu. Ile naongea na wase, the so-called wasamani Christian, wanashindwa, this guy is crazy. Naona hivyo. Kama mimi niko crazy kidogo. Juu nilienda so deep. Najiuliza, why this? Why that? Maswali. Most of my questions are never answered. Alafu sahi conclusion yangu after all this thing me realize, wait a minute, kuna story behind it. Naona. So do you about Canada tracks? What do you mean? I don't know much about Canada. I don't live in Canada. Like north of the United States of America. I don't know much about Canada though. I'm learning too. So story ndo hiyo. So acha nina kwa kione. Maybe I'm missing something. Kuna nini? Nimeinterrupt tu. Haraka tu. Hope everything's doing good for a while. Niko poa. What soccer team do you support? Real Dandy 88. My only soccer team that I support is Minnesota United. That's my local team. No, my local team. Una overthink it about faith. No, I'm not overthinking about faith. Because so faith ni different. Ni different sana. Siku overthink. I went deeper. Niko understand more. Niko na access. Najua nini? Ukiishi hapa, for example, United States of America, kama uishi hapa hivi, every city ni kama socialism. Sijui mbona wasema socialism doesn't exist. Kuna city headquarters, city hall. Kuna city hall. Your city hall, if you need a room, for example, kama tuseme, I need a room every Sunday to do my live stream. Book, it's available. Book your room. You bring my equipments for maybe 3 hours, do my live. Ni public space. Sawa. But you can reserve a public space. So kwa city hall, kuna library, kuna fire department, kuna police, kuna jail hapo ile, ni jail ama ni you're going to jail. Sijui ni gani, prison ama jail. Jail, I think jail. Alafu kuna just city utilities, vitu kaa hizo. So kwanza in the beginning, ni kuna access to books kwa library. So because job yetu yoga seasonal, tufanya kama 9 months, or from March to November, nasema hivyo. So December, January, February, pretty much took off. Nikaona, let me start reading books. Nisoma books mingi sana, by the way, back then. Because I was trying to keep myself busy. Uzuri ya construction ikianza, when you work for 9 months, if you know how to manage your money, utakaa home 3 months na bado kuna pesa. You'll never run out of money. Unless ukwe mjinga upata expense moja za ujinga, if you live a very expensive lifestyle, utarun broke utafuta job. That's happened a couple of times for me, by the way. Niko wise in the beginning, nikakuwa mjinga kidogo, nikakuwa tena wise tena. So ni back and forth. Yes, sema nimemasa hiyo story. Sometimes emergency ina happen, you use all the money. But you have 3 months every year. Because hii story are tracking construction since 2010. So imagine the last 15 years, more than a mandatory 3 months off. Mandatory every year. Although because I have kids, I can't even come. Sijai kuwa certified summer bunny na come Kenya. So that's another thing too. No. Consider. So mambo ya soccer team, I don't support any team. Ni Minnesota United once in a while as a social event. I don't take it very seriously. Alafu, what do you mean by I'm overthinking the faith? No. What do you mean? No. Albo, when Warren Buffett said, be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful. In terms of your career, have you ever applied this mantra? If so, enlighten us. Absolutely. Me ni big follower wa Warren Buffett. See ye mwenye as a person because I don't really know him as an individual. Musema, you could be surprised. Talk about saving, what's the best advice? okay, kuna two questions. Wacha niende kwanza na TikTok kwanza. Asemaje, talk about saving and what's the best advice. Saving lazima ikuwe you saving for a purpose. If you're making good money now, what I could advise you ile save for a reason. Semaje, nataka kununua land tuseme ni 100,000. So what do? So how much is land approximately? The land is not waiting for you to get 100,000. Unaweza usemeaje, ikienda kwa bank, I'm just giving an example by the way, see really example. Useme if I want to buy an $80,000 land, $100,000 land, ku speed up ni ile unaweza kuwa you're preparing for that. Okay, you're making good money right now. What anaweza ku advise ni hivi, if you're making 100%, toa a good chunk ile, instead of buying stupid stuff, karibu niseme SHIT, fanya hivi, toa 20% of your income, save mahali, preferably high yield savings account ile kuna 4%, it's making money, fixed deposit account for 6 months. Ongeza hiyo pesa ku save mpaka ufikie at least 20% hiyo land unanunua, alafu kifika kama 20,000 uende kwa bank wapatie, alafu finance 80,000 ubuy your land, then you have to pay for that land. So if you have a reason to save for a purpose. Ile good financial practice yoga hivi is good to have an emergency fund. Ile tuseme kuna between 3 to 6 months of your daily expense. Do by expense, it never goes away. Rent you could do every month. No. Utility you could do every month. Most things go monthly. So kama kuna extra money, begin by also mangaje pay off your debt, which is good because debt costs you money. Lazima ulanaje what things in making my money bleeding out of me. Ni nini kabisa? Ni bills every month. Ni stupid purchases. Ile you buy what you want, na prioritize what you want than what you need. It's supposed to be what you need first, alafu ndio wants na come baadaye. Once in a while, maybe my want is to go to Mombasa for vacation for 2 weeks. Save for that. Put money aside for that. Ndio ukienda, you're not just borrowing from your future, you're borrowing from your past because you saved the money. You're in the good practice. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Ni ile tu uko na ile peace of mind hivi. Suppose ni hivi, this is your highest income, this is your lowest income. Okay, kwa hii highest alafu uitrade in kwenye zikuwe level hapa hivi, it kind of gives you peace of mind. Kitu kaa hiyo. Kama usema I would rather have my bills paid on time than not have money at all. Naona hivyo. When I don't have money, niko distressed. I'm thinking of how do I make this? Naona. Kwanza kwangu yonga very embarrassing because bills zetu za kila mwezi ni tuko place mbaya. We're not in a good place. The things we pay for every month ni very expensive lifestyle. Kuna watoto, kuna nini. So this is not the time for things to fail on me. It's like very embarrassing. Lakini sasa ni hivyo, usema being greedy, hiyo ni Warren Buffett anaongea juu ya investment. Naona? Because kama kuna ile number one, lazima ufanye hivi, you need to have the money first. Au sema don't just work hard and work smart. Sawa? But kumbuka kitu moja, you can't work smart if you have to work hard first before you start working smart. Jio pesa hiyo, that money for investment, you need to build on that money. Watu wengi wajuangi mimi sikuanzia hapa. Sikuanza, life yangu kuanza 2023 January 4th nikianza Maisha States. I had a life before that. Ile sikuwa na share tu. I only share a fraction of my life by the way. No, mostly. Ile naona kama ni appropriate. Not to make money on social media. Ni kama niligunduanga hivi. Awakening people. Ile being woke. Kuna watu tusema being woke is a very bad thing kwa social, kwa politics, Republicans. Being woke. Sasa ulizaje? Would you rather be asleep on things or be awake? No, hivi. Because if you're sleeping, everything is passing you by. So Warren Buffett anaongea juu ya when economy goes down, Georgia stocks ni vitu. Okay, mi kama kweli kabisa bado si believe na stocks ile kama ni short term gains. Stocks ni long term game, ni marathon. Ile utakam 30 years from now utaiangalia because you're going to change. No, stocks. But you need to have the money to buy the stocks. Kama una pesa, it's like you're jumping the gun. Ni kama ile uko na cat hapa na una horse hapa na horse iko pale. Unaona? Uko way ahead of everything. Amu umeka cat before the horse. Horse iko pale nyuma, cat iko pale. And who's driving the cat anyway? Unaona? Kama horse iko pale nyuma. you need to work hard first, alafu uko na discipline ya finances, alafu ndio uko na discipline ndio uko na hii pesa ya kuanza kuinvest, because it makes your life easier, by the way, honestly speaking. So leo una do, you don't think straight, to be honest. No. Who thinks kama una do hauna pesa ya rent unasikianga poa? Do you sleep in peace? No, you don't. No. So do you have do you have your story on YouTube or something? Because it's my first time here today. Of course, Maisha States iko YouTube mostly. TikTok nimeanza maybe 2 years ago, but I live in a run concurrently. Iko YouTube and TikTok at the same time. The same thing, the same time. I run both. Now I'm running TikTok and YouTube at the same time. Jina ni Maisha States. Ilikuwa Maisha yangu nikachange Maisha States. Na plan kuiita tu Maisha in future. Kwa sababu hii states inakuwa ni kama irrelevant. Niona kama nisha go through history ya states sana. But si applicable kwa mimi peke yangu. Mostly audience yangu ni Swahili speaking Kenyans in Kenya and in the diaspora. Hiyo ndio target audience wangu, by the way. And I'm not trying to extract any money from anybody. Na share tu ile advice ile, if you have a higher IQ than me and you get this information, itakupatia clarity. Just that the same thing happened to me. Some people walini advice, nikatake ile heart ya kuwasikiza. In parenting, I learned from somebody who has older kids. Financing, I learned from somebody who was doing business already. He's still my friend to this day. Tumejua kama sijui 11 years. I learned from him. He's a businessman. Umse ako worth 18 million. Imagine. Maybe 23 million or something. Do mob sana. Kimwangalia hivi, you'll never know. No. You'll never know. But Neil, I don't know why he took interest in me. So, poor me. No. Ako worth $23 million, by the way. But ukimwangalia hivi, you'll never know. Utam write off. Completely write him off. Hata yeye ndio yani vile nilimsikiza poa, in the beginning when he was talking to me sikuwa understand kile anasema. But ni ile eventually you become more practical kwa vitu mob. Uzatamani kuwa na Range Rover. Lakini is Range Rover practical to you now? No, it's not. It's better ufogo Range Rover sahi uendeshe gari ya kawaida, then later on ukishafika hiyo level ya Range Rover itakuwa nothing. Itakuwa pocket change. Unaona hivyo? Si guarantee ku succeed, by the way. Sababu kila mtu ana approach yake. Somebody might be employed today kama employee. Aku employee 20 years. And a business after that. Na bado wa succeed. Kawaida mtu kama mimi, maybe employment si yangu. Juu nigudu kama I was competing na wazungu walikuwa na more advantage than mimi. Walikuwa very far. Mwana hivyo. So, Chebie, angalia Maisha States nini YouTube utaipata. So, correct. Stocks ni long-term game. Stocks una leverage. Unaibuild, una leverage. Kama sikuwagi na invest in stocks ndio ni buy how next year. Unacheka hapa hivyo. Hiyo ni marathon. Josa mangaje, kama uko na assets una keep, you have to diversify your assets. Meaning, hata kama utakuwa disciplined, you stay broke. You don't miss anything. Mimi nakwambia ukweli kabisa, ile I think peace of mind iko more important than chasing fake things. Than survival. Kama I need people to see me with a Range Rover. Lazima nikuwe na I don't know, my family car iko sijui nini. Okay, guilty as charged. I've been there, by the way. I've been there. Nisha kama ni vitu kama hizo. Ni ile kama I don't know how to, itakuwa too personal kusema sahi, but hata ni skip tu sahi for now. Kuna ile guilt kwa sababu for example ukiishi America, kama one of my ideal family car for me, ideal ni SUV kama tuseme hii family ya SUVs ziko hapa America ni kama pickup truck but iko covered. Inaitwa kama tuseme kuna Chevy, kuna Ford na kuna Jeep. I think it's a Jeep. No. Jeep Wagoneer, Chevy Suburban, Chevy Tahoe, kuna Ford Expedition. Hiyo ndio ideal family car. But do I need that car? Brand new, over 100,000. Kama ni 100,000, mostly I'll finance between 5 to 6 years financing. Because out of buy cash, the gari mpya brand new. So itakuwa kama 2,000 a month. Can I afford to pay 2,000 a month? No, I can't. Yes, I can, but in terms of investment, I'm losing 2,000 every month. No, even. I'm losing. I'm not gaining. Sababu unajua at the end of the day, sijui kama kuna watu bado waangalia kama kukuwa na gari Kenya ni investment. No, gari isiwahi kuwa investment. Kama uko na gari poa kaa naye, wacha ikuwe point A to point B. Alafu if you have a problem with that, if you have to show up with a Range Rover in future, that's good. You'll get there. Itakuwa as long as Range Rover ni 0.05% of your income, who cares? Let it depreciate all it wants. No. Lakini kama ni 40% of your income, that's how you lose money. No. In your bad money practices. You're making less money, but you're spending too much just to show off. No. Hapo kuna nini itwa colloquial, itwa kama wasemangaje, you're keeping up with the Johnsons. Una buy gari just to show off ati kuna hiyo gari. That's not a good practice, by the way. Lazima kuna discipline your finances. Juu ile peace of mind. You know, when you have more than you need, alafu unaishi average, it gives you longevity. Juu when you kuna nimelani vitu juzi, by the way. When you're stressed up na life, hata kama ni passively, ile tu kuna una peace in mind. Clarity inapotea. Your mind does not think straight. Believe me, the only thing that stresses me out sahi kama leo is that my daughter is well fed. Na nime waste time kidogo, nime make sure amekula mpaka amewalk away mwenyewe kasema okay, now my duty is done, because she's only going to be 2 for a few more months, alafu atakuwa 3. At some point she won't even need to be around me anymore, atakuwa independent. So nilo semaje, when you're peaceful una think straight, when you're stressful, especially ile umejikozia mwenyewe, inauma sana, because you're losing money, you're bleeding money left and right. So acha niangalie hizo questions zimekamo. Nasema vitabu gani vya personal development ulivyovisoma ukavipenda? Kuna mingi sana. At this point nimesema hivi, there's something I'm running for a long time, almost 4 years now, 3.5 years hivi, ya YouTube channel. As soon as I get to 10k subscribers kwa YouTube, niko 9,000 something, ndaanza, I'll give away a camera. Ni promise you 3 years ago. I have to honor that. Napatia camera kwa one of you guys kama milestone. Alafu after 10k I'm going to be giving away books. Zile niko nazo. I have so many books nimesoma. Hakuna haja zikae kwa shelf yangu, they're getting old, and there are people who need to read those books. But lazima pia make sense kwako. No. Because in the beginning kiasi chale kwa samangaje, go read the Bible, for example. Go read the Bible. And you wonder how confusing it is to read the Bible. Mi nilikuwa sama naichukua at faith level, but siku hizi ile intellectually iko very disorganized. No, it doesn't make any sense sometimes. Iko too much split. Alafu naangalia teaching, nasema azirime, ni kama kuna hii script hapa and people are just doing some traditional thing hapa hivi. Anyway, hii ni story nyingine for another day. So vitabu ni mingi sana. No. Vitabu gani za personal development ulivyovisoma? Kama nisoma Rich Dad Poor Dad, it's an example. Sijui kama iko applicable, but if you read that book, kuna ile milioni hata ziko hapa, nimezificha because my daughter akiona karatasi ni karatasi, si kitabu, but ni mingi sana. Go back kwa YouTube uangalie Man Cave Talk, the same live last year. Tuna vitabu niko na list zote, and maybe in the future naziweka hapa hivi, give away for every week. Ndeka shelf hapa hivi mahali. No, shelf. Yeah, I'm giving away this book next week, hivyo after 10k though. After 10k lazima iko na milestone. So Emmanuel Chelula semaje, all hail the Duke of Minnesota. Mini Duke of Minnesota, are you serious? Minnesota is big. Kuna 6 million people and there's only one of me. Always a joy to find you here. Very wise words, man. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm just joking though. Thanks for the compliment. Uko what? How many millions, Sai? I don't know. I don't know how many millions I'm worth somewhere. I don't really care, by the way. It's not about numbers. Nile too. I like peace of mind. As long as my bills are paid on time. I'm actually in debt, by the way. Because I'm so much debt, Sai. Business debt, personal debt. Because, job ilichelewa kidogo this year for 2 months hivi. So I'm catching up. But wealth ni ile accumulation ya everything. No. So vitabu ni mingi. I prefer The Millionaire Next Door, Think and Grow Rich, top of my head. I wasn't thinking about that right now, but in the future nazi line up hapa hivi somewhere. I'll ndatenza shelf hapa hivi niziweke hapa hivi. So kuna Argentina walikuwa wanatafuta World Cup na uko nayo hapo. Bana, World Cup ndio hapo. World Cup. Hii ni replica, angalia. Ni replica tu. Yaani real life. I just wanted to have it. No. Kwa tu uone size yake. So if this is my head, okay, the best ini iPhone 13. So iPhone 13 hii 1 2 2.5 iPhone 13. No. Sijini ni kunayo hapa hivi. Hii tu ni ile replica. I wanted to have it. Ile curiosity. Hebu niambie, one day in the future, when will I ever touch it? Never. If there's a replica, actual size replica ya hii ya karatasi, just it's made of ni kama paper mache something, it's not real. Raisin in plastic or something, ama fiberglass, ni too simple hivyo. I wanted to feel it pia mimi, nilinunua, ilikuja last week, ilikuja kama Saturday last week hivi, nili order. So greedy means okay, Edward Kamau, niko ton na nataka kuangalia TikTok juu upotea saa zingine, acha nione kama nimeendelea. Semaje, whenever Albert says wacha ni si share, I always know he's about to share. That's why I watch. Hiyo singeshare, ilikuwa tu kitu ya jana, ingekuwa tu nini. Nimebook ya Myron Golden. Ndapatiana yote. I'll actually buy the newest one. Ni ile kumekuwa na so many controversial stuff about Myron Golden mwenyewe, but kusema kweli kabisa, mimi ndio musema hivi, when I'm reading a book, I don't judge the author. Personally, I read the book for the knowledge. Ile yani, what am I going to learn from this book? Despite mwenyewe, the person who wrote it, whatever character konayo, I don't really care about their character. So when somebody sits down to organize some thoughts, alafu wazipublish in a book, man, take it seriously. Not evil. You mostly they're looking at their deepest thoughts in their mind, alafu they're putting them in writing. Nasema hivi, in other words, kama nazonga kizungu, nasema hivi, what they do ni ile, they're taking the ideas in their mind and codifying ile kuiandika, codifying their thoughts in a book. So ukisoma hiyo book umalize without judging the person themselves, utapata it will give you a sense of how to approach life in a different way based on your book. Mimi, the person I am today after reading a book is different from maybe before I read that book every single time. Junajua nini, mind yetu it's so wide, sijui nisemeaje, how do I describe it, iko na capacity ya ku store information, underestimate your mind, and everybody has the same thing. If you think you're smarter than the next guy, it's because you invested time in exercising your mental muscle. Nasema hivyo kama ni ideology ile, yani wewe kwa gym na kitabu, because kuna wase unaulizanga swali, the way they answer it unashindwa, oh my goodness, you've never read a book in your life. Do I understand how ideas flow? Na wako kuna watu naweza kambia hata ni more than half of the population au baki, they feel left out because they don't take time kusoma ideas. Yani idea yao ni ile, sijui niseme which is the best word, contemporary. Inamaanisha nini? Yani you know what you know based on where you live. Suppose unaishi Machakos, tuseme tu randomly, nothing against Machakos, tuseme tu Machakos kama you know the first, ama unaishi Machakos bado, tuseme tu Machakos, umezaliwa Machakos, umegrow Machakos, everything you know, your ideology iko tu hapo Machakos na imeishi hapo. Ni Machakos ni the good example, ama karibu na Nairobi, Mombasa Road. There's a reason why I'm picking Machakos, sababu ukisema hivi, for example, ile Mombasa Road kuna Mombasa inapitia Machakos, kind of karibu na hapo. Kusemaje, okay, let me just move out of Machakos, inakuishi karibu na highway, Mombasa, Nairobi Mombasa highway, uende pale hivyo, uanze kuangalia magari, uongee na watu, utalearn something, because one of the drivers on a drive truck pale hivyo, I'm using kama example, ama ni Mlolongo Machakos, Mlolongo, one of the drivers on a drive truck kwenda Mombasa kuchukua container kurudisha Kampala is from Uganda. Ukiongea na yeye utalearn something that you didn't know. Why? Ita broaden your mind. Sema, oh, so kuna watu wanaishi Uganda si Machakos tu. So Kenya ni kubwa, kuna kitu Mombasa. Okay, sawa. Uende kidogo kuja Nairobi, uone kuna international airport. Ukuwe lucky uende fanya kazi kwa airport, uone ndege inaitwa Emirates. Ukiona mapilot labda ni wazungu, waulize, are you guys from the Middle East? I'll be, no, I'm from Australia, I just work for this airline. What? Australia? Wangalia Australia kapi kwa map. Goodness. Oh, so there's more to life than just Machakos. Naona hivyo, inafungua mind yako, ina broaden mind yako. That's what happens to me on a daily basis. You think you know something until you realize you don't really know anything. Naona hivyo. Nasema, let me keep learning. So unfortunately, fortunately, I don't know which is which, must strive to learn something new on a daily basis. Believe it or not. Kama one of the latest thing I learn ni ile, kuna saying, hiyo sema, I don't know even how I come across you. Niko na do job ama I don't even know how that came through. But iko kitu kama kuna America kuna kama raffle you happen every year. It was the lottery. Ile it's run by the government organization. They sell tickets, alafu una pick one winner. Alafu the winner wins $1 billion sometimes. Almost $1 billion. Mega millionaire. Iko everywhere in the country. Mona. Alafu kuna statistics sasa maaje. Most people who win the lotto, L-O, kama lottery, nasema hivyo lottery, hapa lotto, pronunciation American, I'll go broke in 7 years. That's not true. That's not true, by the way. It's not true. They just say that. No. Sometimes wapatani ile, somebody's campaigning against that. So atatoa adi yake, alafu you'll believe it's true. But ni ile, the reason why most people go broke ni because they don't have the information. Hiyo ndio kitu moja msema muhimu. Kama nimesemaje, uko na pesa sasa hivi uende upate job, ukupatie some really good salary enough to afford a Range Rover. You know what the worst thing you can do is to buy the Range Rover. Kwa nini? Natumia Range Rover kama example. It could be anything. Any blank space. Kwa sababu Range Rover ni very nice car, by the way. Very nice car. Sikudanganyi. Kwa na pesa naweza buy hiyo gari, itakuwa my arsenal. But because ni gari brand new, every vehicle you depreciate. So kama uko Kenya nafikiri kununua gari ndio kukuwa tajiri, big mistake. That's the first thing ya kuwaste pesa. Juu gari ni depreciating asset. Depreciating. No. You'll be surprised. Gari, you'll lose value every year. Ukiona kama BMW ni 100,000 2025. Uone the same car 5 years from now. Kwa used marketplace, itauzwa 12,000. Kwa nini? Ime depreciate in value. Meaning, hata hiyo 100,000 is overinflated. See real figure. Ile because they think you're important, or you're dumb enough to think you're important, utanunua hiyo gari for 100,000. Not knowing that the moment you drive out of the lot, say immediately hivi, ime lose 30%. It's worth 70. Julie buy leo ukai drive out, iko 70,000 immediately within a week. You tell me. Ama within a year. I think within a year. So just think about that. No. Gari si investment, ni liability. It's a depreciating asset. Hata hizi trucks who drive hapa hivi matruck zetu, it's still a vehicle. A truck is a depreciating asset. The only difference ya truck ni hivi. It's a cash flow depreciating asset. It'll depreciate while it's making you money. No, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, depending, on a daily basis, depending on how you do it. So you're better off buying a truck because it's still depreciating, come a Range Rover, but it's making you money. The advantage. No. Cash flow depreciating asset. You know the difference. So bala kununua Range Rover, dunua truck instead. No. At least ama matri. Matri ni matri. Depreciating asset. Kama ni Isuzu. Hizo ngaje NPR. Ni NPR ama tukae nimesa hiyo jina. It's an Duramax engine. Ile Isuzu engine ya diesel. So it's a depreciating asset. From day one, it's just getting older every day. So it's just a bunch of steel bolts and nuts and rivets and ikishake ina disintegrate pole. That's what I mean by that. No. So Maisha, like your YouTube show when you paid off the 200K truck, how was that journey and experience? Oh, I was really working hard. When I had payments, I don't have any more. I'm just driving the truck. But now the truck has maintenance issues now. The game is not over. So I'm going to maintenance issue. But I'm happy that I don't have to pay anybody anything, which was a good experience kwangu. No. I still have another truck I'm paying for. Mbaki kama, I don't know how much, 50-something thousand. Ile truck yangu ya pili, ile number 2. I still have things I'm paying for. But nani help eventually because ni business expense. Another story for another day. Ndaanza kuongea mambo ya business kwa ile, because mulzo maswali kila siku, ndaanza kuongea mambo ya business structurally, in a way, membership only. If you want to learn something, unakuwa member for 1 month, una subscribe, very cheap, itakuwa very cheap. Ile tu, instead of repeating myself all the time, manatocha ni kuena, ni add value kwa wale wase they need to. See, it's not for everybody. You can do it 2 ways. You can go to the beginning of a video, Man Cave, watch all the Man Cave if you have the time. But because I want to save some people some time, they don't have that time. Ndaanza ndaanza tu segment fulani ya membership only, naongea juu ya mambo ya business, ile just to share my business experience, but ile group ya watu, in case you ile fast forward, just because it's going to take me some time, ni poa kama ni membership. Ndio kwa ile people understand vizuri kabisa. So I'll do that. So if you have time, go watch everything, but if you don't, na zingine ni summarize kila kitu. Vini vipi nakuona? Kuna ni mwingine, hello guys, mambo poa sana hapa hivi, nataka catch up na comments. So kuna daddies, good idea, create your own community. That's true. Hey Maisha States, please reply me kindly on what did you send me a message kwa TikTok ama? I'll do it later. I'll always reply, believe me. Labda sijaiona bado. Naona. So kuna clean print and brands, watu watembee western, wajue watu wengine ni wa Kenya bado. Yeah, that's true. Naona. Sema Uganda. Sawa, nisema tu blank space. You can put everything over there. Naona. King of Minnesota. I'm not the king of Minnesota. I just happen to live in Minnesota. One of a drop in a bucket full of water. Naona. Mi naishi tu Minnesota hapa, some nobody. Hii state ina population ya 5.9 million people. Compare na Kenya. Naona. Na compare na economy. I like this place though. Sijai regret kuhama huku hivi. I was supposed to be in Boston, Massachusetts. It happen. Nika move up hivi instead. But I've never regretted it. Naona. Hear about asylum in Canada. Yeah, that's a good thing. Kama ina make sense kwako, by the way, kuchukua asylum Canada, do it. Naona. Ni all about personal development. Najijua. Naona. Kila mtu ndio musema hivi. Okay, kama kuna mtu alisema ati I take faith, naweza tumia example ya faith for example. So mimi nikisoma kama nimewacha anything before niangalie, it could be a long talk. For information, Warren Buffett ni investment anasema when the economy, when there's inflation, price everything becomes cheap. So if you're Warren Buffett, you will buy cheap things. When the economy recovers, all the cheap things have more value. That's how he built his wealth, by the way. That's what Warren Buffett is saying. Be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful. That's what it means by that. Because when stocks zikishuka value, watu wa freak out. Wana freak out. Kama kuna time nimechajua $5, why am I paying $5? Kumbe kuna share moja nilinunua, sijui ni 7 years ago, hata sikumbuki ni lini. Ili lose value mpaka I owed them money. Kusema, oh man, nini bana, they charging me for their stupid shares. Anyway, ina happen hivyo. So when the shares are cheap, buy them. Ziki improve, utakuwa na more value. That's how Warren Buffett amekuwa rich over time. Of course, kuna other things, but let's just take the textbook version of it to make you feel good. There's always a deeper meaning. Elon Musk, genius, is a businessman. Akuanza Tesla, akuanza SpaceX. No, kila kitu. There's a story behind it. But akiandika biography, watampaint kama unreal person. Naona hivyo. So that's why I sema hivyo. Jesus is not a white man. Naona. Hiyo ni painting ya rendition ya Roman Empire kwa Greek Empire na kitu hiyo. Kitu hizo. Ni ile tu naona, hii inakaa ni kama it's more relatable. Naona. Others go as fathers, acha tutatesti ya religion. Ndakasirisha watu bure hapa hivi. Kuna wasawaga very deep. So ni hivi, vipi Albo? Hope you're having a great Sunday. Ndiyo kuingia for Man Cave Nuggets. So, karibu sana Michael Ochieng, karibu sana. Karibu. Nimechelewa kidogo leo. I feel guilty nikichelewa. Move kama I'm letting people down. But I was taking care of my daughter. So hey, new subscriber here. Oh, welcome. Trick Pixie Photography. You'll teach me some photography because I do photography kama side thing. So kuna Maisha, Mama Maish Ken, asemaje, hey Albo, on the aspect of investment abroad and living there and investing abroad and living in Africa, which offers best quality of life and family life? Maish Ken, it depends. It depends though. No, it depends. Mimi home is where I am right now. Hapa ni home kwangu. Naona hivyo. Kwanza nigo a further step. Kama for example, yesterday niko naongea na my dad. Tulifanya kitu na yeye jana. Singe record. I mean, I was tempted to this is my dad. Let me just keep him out of Maisha stage. Anyway, tukona kununua kitu fulani na van, ilikuwa he needs a bigger vehicle. Akanipigia simu kambia, well, ndakuwa free maybe after lunch hivi, time kama saa hivi. So you're talking about it. Akambia, hey Albert, so uta invest Kenya lini? Akaniambia hivyo. Do you invest Kenya? My dad invest Kenya heavily. Invest Kenya. But he lives here. So how hivyo? No. So my dad home ni hapa. I made sure that happened. Ilikuwa personal project yangu. No. Alikata kuja, mwisho akahama hapa hivi. So my parents live here. My mom and my dad wanaishi hapa. So wameinvest Kenya, sawa, which is good. It's a good feeling. It depends on what you want in your life. Kama mimi nikianza business, my goal was to build my business here first, then nikamku niongeze business kwenda Kenya. Why? Because my primary residence ni Minneapolis, Minnesota. Mi naishi Minneapolis supposedly, but karibu na place itwa Plymouth na Minneapolis naishi hapo, yani somewhere in between. I think na follow, I don't even know how the map on a draw. No, niko na Minneapolis, Minnesota. So mi naishi Minneapolis, Minnesota, afu hiyo ndio my primary residence. So kuna business flani I'll be more comfortable kama nazimanage kama niko hapa, because it gives me what to do, alafu najua a day-to-day activity of how everything is going on. So itakuwa easier kwangu kuinvest hapa. Why? Because ukikuwa States, for example, it matters where you live. Why? Because of your kids going to school district. So ukisema kama my kids, yani shule yao iko 10 minutes from this house, 10 minutes. So if I'm dropping them off na kuna winter na ni half an hour, at least nitatoka half an hour earlier nifike huko on time. Naona hivyo. It matters where you live because of your kids. But if my kids were like adults, I don't know, naishi Kenya 6 months, US 6 months, then we'll have a different story. Nasema it depends where you are. Mimi, overall, because I'm raising kids right now, youngest is 2, 3, and turning 3 this year, ndaka hapa States for now, maybe the next, I don't know, 10 years even. But after 10 years, ndakuwa invest both sides. Naona. Ama, kama ndakuwa healthy enough kuwa alive, maybe 5 years down the line when things ease up a little bit, when my youngest kid gets a little bit old enough, independent, I'll start investing in Kenya pole pole. Ndio by 10-year mark, niko nimefika ile ideal where I want to be. That's what I would do, by the way. So it depends. Ukikuwa hapa, this is where you make your money. Uta invest Kenya easily, by the way. Dollar you convert faster than Kenya. I think so. Mimi kuangalia kama, for example, goal yangu mwanga hivi, if I can make $6,000 in Kenya leo, investment iko ready next month. Naona hivyo. Hiyo ndio minimum yangu. Kwa sababu most people mujua I'll make 1,000, 2,000 a month, by the way, which is still good, Kenyan shillings, but US, your livelihood yangu ishasema mara moja mushe kitu, by the way, openly. Cost yangu ya living per month na watoi na wacha combine mpaka bills za wife na kila kitu, tuna spend north of 8,000 a month for monthly expenses. Imagine 8,000 a month. I'm trying to lower it. Kuna vitu necessary hapo, lakini ndazilower pole pole. But mimi mwenyewe running the household kama 6,000. So hiyo tu ni ile hizi ma extra zile we can get rid of. No. How tuwezi help it ni mortgage. Lazima we pay off or anything. Or sometimes kama kuna bills kama za mortgage na nini, what you can do ni ile uanze business ingine ile ina substitute. Yani it makes enough money to cover your monthly expenses. Useme hii business hii ni ya kulipa bills. That's it. Ndio ile business ingine ni kuendelea grow faster. That's how you do it. Musamanga sometimes nilan kwa Myron Gold nasemaje, don't worry about how am I going to pay for this. Sometimes ni kusemaje, useme ati this is too expensive. Sema how can I make this work? Naona hivyo. How can I pay for this? So sometimes maji, it's not like you're broke. Sema tu I need to make more money. Yes, well, I don't have enough money. Question, answer, I need to make more money. Sema tu hivyo, I need to make more money. Alafu kuna hiyo attitude. Ile, instead of kuwa na scarcity mindset, kuwa na abundance mindset. Nimelana kwa hiyo book ya Myron Golden 3 years ago. Abundance mindset ni ile, you know you don't have it now, but you start thinking about it. No. Hiyo thought yako, your process hiyo, before you know it, unapata ushai level out. Happened to me. Mi ni witness. Niliota kusema I'm too broke, sema I need more money. Nikaanza hivyo. So when I need more money, you start taking risks zile normally you wouldn't. Alafu zikifails na fail, but zikisucceed, unakuwa level nyingine. So by the way, ni ukweli huwezi adjust status na umari a US citizen inside US with a visit visa. Walitoa kidogo, Trump administration ilitoa. Najua wako against immigration from countries za wazungu. So hiyo ndio trademark yao ya administration. Although they have 2 more years to go. I believe wakitoka, everything will come back to the way it was before. Or maybe with slight changes. I don't know. Ni government, ni policy. Sure, I'm glad to hear you echo those words. Oh, that's good. Sema tu, I can't afford them. You're the same thing. I can't afford this. how can I? It's a different question to ask. How can I afford it? See, I can't afford it. Because who said that you don't have the same brains that I have? Alex Mukweli, maybe yours are bigger than mine. Because I know mine is small. I'm being honest. See, ile tu maybe ni ile kuwa na humility. I don't think I'm better than you. I don't think so. You guys are better than me by far. By far. Maybe you're younger, you're stronger, you're taller, mkuna hizo advantage. You know yourself. Jiangalie usemaje? Acha niangalie vitu ngapi nimeshinda albo. Man. Yeah, I'm tall. Mi niko 5'8". Musema 5'9" to the nearest 10. But 5'8" point something. So musema 5'9". I'm short. No. Alafu, I'm older. Short, older, late 40s. You guys, some of you, they're younger, okuna activity, man, you have a lot to go. If you take this mindset now, at your age, 5 years from now, utakuwa 3-4 times better than me. Maliniko sahi. Pia mi maybe the increase, ile inflation, kila fana grow. But that's what I'm saying. You're better than me. Because unasikia hizi vitu, nobody told me these things. I had to read them. The patience it takes to read a book. Oh my goodness, I'm like, when am I going to finish this? I'll have sometimes see a one day thing, kusoma book. Maybe in 2 weeks, maybe ni kuna activity hiyo weekend ingine, so utaskip hiyo weekend. You're struggling to finish the book. Ukimaliza tena ukuje review. Oh man, your patience, it takes a while. But kama una time kusoma hiyo book, it won't change you as much. It will stimulate your mind. You'll know what you need to do. Ama itakupatia something to navigate. Ni kama tuseme mtu akutupe kwa ocean, akwambia land iko hii side ingine ama mahali hapa hivi. Alafu figure out how to get to land. Unaona? Ukithinki soma, okay, wait a minute. Na get story kwa ule msa alikuwa nimesahau jina yake. Alikuwa Russia, alikuwa military Kenya, nimesahau jina yake though. Alisema alikuwa anaangalia jua, najua navigation. Kama ni asubuhi, jua iko east. Alafu inaenda west, anaangalia shadow, unaona, oh, so this is north. So forest Ukraine iko hapa. So if I keep going this way and this way, napata niko Russia or wherever is going. Navigation. Then when you read a book, inakupatia some direction, some sense of, if this guy did this and this and that, maybe I can do it too. Maybe. Maybe, by the way, it will take you places. No. That's why I don't want to pick on Christianity sana, because watu wengi mujua au nga set back na Christianity. Umepata green card, umeongea na pastor wako, amekwambia maybe you should not go to America. God told me. Musamanga hivi, question everything. When somebody tells you God told me, kama nilizonga hiyo swali siku moja on a context, muulize, how did God speak to you? Tell me. No. If you're all God's children, alikwambia nini? Ilikuwa email, ilikuwa text message, ilikuwa a voice from watu samativo. It's a cliche. It could be true, but mwambie how was, kwa sababu lazima uko specific. Ulitumia WhatsApp ati cling. Oh, it's from God. How do you know ni God ama ni scammer? You never know. God spoke with me and told me I should not do this. Okay, how did God speak to you? Exactly. Did you get an email? Ilikuwa imesema nini? Ilikuwa nini? Probably itakuwa sijui Jehovah at God. Sijui area code ya heaven ni gani. No. Uliza swali. Kuwa deeper. No. Because watu tumie kama tu ni musema ni being delusional. Your mind is so big unaweza kuwa delusional. I don't know what you're smoking. No hivyo. So, man, soma tu book itakupatia direction. Ama sometimes watch videos na kuinspire, alafu from that inspiration, before you die out, ni kama moto, itumie to move to the next step. You'll be surprised. Wow, I'm getting somewhere. Ego experience yangu, by the way. No. So God did anyone, okay, so but I'm terrible. Excuse me, more critical Christianity in a way, kind of. Not the whole thing, just some specific. No. So hi, Albo. Can you advise on a legitimate website we can use to apply for unskilled jobs in the United States? Mostly, watu wengi post kwa hizi Indeed, Fiverr, vitu kaa hizo. Kama ni cruise ship, for example, June, one of the best jobs available, cruise ship. Nimewatch video ya cruise ship, by the way, ile kama documentary, because I wanted to understand more. Because kama ningeweza ningeenda for cruise. Ningeenda, by the way. I would love to. But my kids, man, they're going to school. No, bad calculation. You get travel when I didn't have any kids. But I didn't have enough money. No. Nipe tips za survive UK. Magician, I don't even know, man. Sijui nikwambiaje UK. Uliza huku UK, jina yake nani? Huku UK, nani? Timo, huku UK. Ako YouTube na TikTok siku hizi. Muulize, I wouldn't really know. Ni ile tu, once for ground, asijaishi, I'll be lying to you. Nakwambia ile kama tuseme tu tips, kutakuwa na racism. Timo nani? Timo aitwa huku UK. Huku UK channel yake, huku UK. Sijui kama itaiva bado, I think so. Bado mumuache huku UK, atakwambia. Sijui kama atakwambia, but ile enda watch video zake. Anaishi UK. Ama tafuta content creator. Kuna uongo mingi na fluff, but ni poa kuangalia if somebody is taking their time to create. I'm kind of in a creator economy because I make videos for YouTube. So mostly idea yangu ya video ni ile mtu ya kukuwa as authentic as possible. In what way? I'm sharing my experience. Ile you're living this life yangu through me, kitu kaa hiyo. Unaona? Yani ile ukiwatch channel yangu kama nikidrive truck, unaona video ya tracking exactly what I was doing kwa truck. Nikisahau, nikipotea, kwa nini? Because na believe hivi, ile authenticity itakupatia the clearest picture in case you find yourself in my situation, una drive truck. Kusalimbe hivyo, I was so glad, but somebody told me that, Albo, niko na watching video zako on a daily basis, hata sikuwa najua amekuja US hiyo msee finally. Kukuja hapa hivi, akapata, atishaongea na yeye, sitaki kumtaja jina sahi. I don't like putting people on the spot. Aliniambia, when he went for his driving test, ni kama alikuwa, he's been there already. Kwa nini? Zile video zangu za driving, zilimsaidia kupass test yake ya driving. Alienda one time akapass. Nikasema, man, I didn't even know. I thought I wasn't even doing anything. Jumine ile passion ya kurecord, ile authentic. Of course, you have to share my family because you're private. I have to get their consent. You share wote kwa video. Watakagi historika hiyo. Mimi si family channel. Alafu naona kama family channel inakuwa ni kama kwangu specifically. Haitasaidia mtu sana kujua how do I live my... No, haitasaidia mtu sana kushow family yangu. These kids, all of them have their own personality. Alafu kuna watu wapendi camera. Naona hivyo. Kama my wife is a musician. The last time she made music, 7 years ago kwa YouTube. Ani nimegundua hiyo channel nimeona leo nimewatch. Why did you stop making music? I don't know. 7 years. No. Tulianza YouTube kitambo. So, enda wangalie creator ula kwa UK, alafu watch them maybe once every day. Uangalie tu yani, kama wanaongea vitu ile advice real, itakusaidia kunavigate through hizi kukua diaspora. To be honest. Mula kwa watu wengine. Kama sahi nini ya Kenya, ikiangalia kama seme life ya Kenya, watch Kenyan creators. Actually, ikiangalia Maisha States kama channel, ile the YouTube channel behind it, nimesubscribe kwa any Kenyan content I find. Kwa nini? That's how I know what's happening. It's not everything, but musema a good chunk. Kuna wasemu watch podcast yao, kama kuna moja nimeona leo ime show up. Nikaangalia sema, okay, it's a good idea, but they don't have audio. So, man, I wish wangenijua ningeongea nao. Nununi microphone moja, hata I don't even know what to tell them. No. Hata ningevolunteer no, but it's a really good content, lakini I want audio. Not knowing that audio is half the video. 50% of the video ni audio. The other 50 ndio video. Na kama audio ni mbaya, man, nobody will watch it. That's why hata mu invest more, even when I'm doing my videos kwa track, I work on my audio. I don't think you guys mta appreciate kusikiza how the track actually feels like inside. It's louder than you think. Lazima nifunge madirisha, nitumie microphone moja specific field recorder, ni musikie ile crispy sound ya track when I'm making a video. Kama wale wajui make video kama na drive track because it's my track. I mean, niko in trouble, well, then I'll stop. Lakini ni hivyo. Natumia audio kwa sababu ni 50% ya your experience. Kuna ile wasa mga 5 senses. Naona ile sight, smell, taste, nini ngine, touch, nimesahau gani ngine, ile kusikia, hearing. So ukiwatch video yangu, at least nataka usikie at least 50% of your senses zikuwe uone ile visual, uisikie. You're not going to smell it, you're not going to touch it, you might feel it 0.5% kitu kaa hiyo. So mpate ile feeling ile when I'm hitting a pothole mnaisikia, naona, but ile softly. Kuna something about sound kwa dB, the decibels, ikuwe tu isikue past 0, ita clip. That's what I'm saying. Find somebody who learn how to go about it. Alafu ukipata ile kama good practices, anza kupractice good practices. Itakuwa part of you. Mona. So that's what I would say. States gani? States high. Oh, states high. States high. I'm sorry. Naongea Kiswahili hapa hivi. Hi. Hi. Hello Albo. Kenandia. Vipi? There are travels mtu wangu unaona. God did anyone anything? I don't know what that means. That's about an example. Nico Best, long time. Oh, DJ S. Keragiti. I don't know what you're saying, Travis. Type 10. What strategy could someone do to invest towards 1M in stocks and index funds? Hassan Waisa. If you want to be a stocks millionaire, it's very simple. Lazima kuna shortcut. I think minimum 3 years utakuwa na 1 million. Naona. The best way ni ile kuna specific. Utafanya hivi. I wish nikwambia hivi. Kuna ma portfolio za stock, sawa? Kuna zile ma high performing kama Apple, MacBook, iPhone number 1, Nvidia. So what you do ni ile kuna ma category kwa hiyo if you're dealing with stocks. Utapata kuna ile category ya tech iko hapa hivi. So enda ununue tech, like Nvidia kila kitu, Tesla kila kitu hapa. Alafu nunua general hapa. Yani utaidiversify in a way. The trick is ile pesa ya Range Rover yote dump huko. Naona. Example. Ile pesa ya Range Rover ile $2,000 a month payment, sema 500 kwa hii, 1,000 kwa hii, 500 kwa hii. Alafu dump hiyo pesa, any extra money 3 years hivi utakuwa worth 1 million in stocks. By the way. Mwiona hata mimi feel some man, these kids. But it's okay. I mean, ile tu alternatively. But what's the trick? Tumelani kitu sahi. Instead of saying, man, these kids cost me a lot of money. Nasema, how can I make more money? Unaona hiyo difference. Si ati unaona kama hii ni scarcity mindset. It's only one cake and I need to get a piece of pie of that cake. Sema, I'm going to bake more cakes. Unaona hivyo. Hiyo ndio advantage. I'm not going to share one cake. I'm going to have a piece of the pie from so many pies. Ndio diversify. Unaona hivyo. 3 years hivi, sema una raise kama you 2,000 every month kwa hizi ma stocks. Especially saa hivi like kama US economy iko shaky in a way. Alafu 3 years from now iki-improve utakuwa point something million. But that should not stop you. Kitakuwa kama milestone. Alafu ngojea tena another 3 years utakuwa maybe 10 million. Ngojea another, man, that's inaendelea kuenda tu. But hiyo ni in stocks. Hiyo ni kitu yani you don't want to withdraw, utaborrow against them. Alafu ukuwe na asset ingine kama tuseme real estate. Naona hivyo, watu hufanya hivyo, wana leverage. Vile Elon Musk alinuaje Twitter, alikuwa na stocks zake za Tesla na nini, akaenda kwa bank akaborrow money from the bank 43 billion, akalipa ma shareholders wa Twitter, wakampatia akachange jina to X. Sawa. Alafu walipa hiyo deni. Ni very interesting, sijui ita make sense nikiwaambia. So what happens ni hivi, aliborrow against the shares, knowing that 3 years from now value ya shares zake itakuwa increase maybe 2-3 times over. That's why yeye ni trillionaire ama ni billionaire. Ni billionaire, alishuka chini tena 900 billion. Ni ile stocks zake ziko worth 900 billion. Naona it's not something amefanya tangible. Akona cash, akona. Alafu ni kuna ile, it depends which country you live in. In America there is a way that in America if you're a rich businessman, the state favors you. No. Sijui kama mnajonga hivyo by the way. I don't know if ni mbaya kusema hivyo, but simi nishaisema hivyo. Kuna msali sema very clearly, IQ Watson alikuwa kwa podcast ya Dr. Kingori. Tunga hivyo Dr. Kingori. Ule msali kwa Nation. Akisema kuna vile business in America inakufavor kama wewe ni businessman. 100% by the way. 100% inakufavor. If you're in business in America, everything works for you, see against you. Naona hivyo. Kuna vitu viko so funny that nikiwaambia it will sound illegal. Kali kiwaambia, somebody was asking me, what kind of car do you drive? Nikasema tu, I drive a Ford Transit. Nisa kuwa na Ford Transit van saa hii, nikinunua in a business, it's a business car. Naona. 100%. Has nothing to do with me. naona. Na because of that, every time natumia hiyo gari kama kuweka fuel, kufanyia maintenance, everything, any expense associated with that vehicle, because ni ya biashara, ni tax write-off. What does that mean? Uliza watu wa CPA watakwambia what tax write-off means. Meaning all the money I make, part of the expenses ya hiyo gari ni business expense, si personal. Unaona hivyo? It favors you kukuwa na business in America. So one of the trick ni ile kama employee, sawa. Juu uko na employee, your first business partner is your job. But ukitumia hii strategy polepole, when like build, your job will become your main earning anything. Naona. Itakuwa yani, this is what you're doing now on a daily basis. Naona hivyo. Your job becomes your man, first business partner is your job. Acha niangalie question nyingine hapa hivi pia. So that's what you do na hiyo nini. So which Christianity today? A lot of things happen. Imagine someone gets healed. The surgeon spent hours in the operation room. Guy gets healed and the patient went straight kwa pastor to say thank you. I don't know. Richie is very very skeptic. Very skeptic. Juu ukiangalia there's one time niko curious. Sina hiyo nini hapa chat. Niko na watch a scholar and a debate na a Christian. And only tu any debate kwa YouTube, I think kwa YouTube. Everywhere, any platform. Well, mali kuna Christian na kuna atheist ama kuna whatever wana discuss. Alafu sikia zile maswali wanaulizwa, alafu wana vile wana answer. Unaona? After the whole experience ya debate, utarealize at the end of the day, if you are logical, utasema who won and who lost. Unaona hivyo? So mi kuna mabesti yangu muonge nao, wengine nasema tu hata sitaki kuingia deep into this swali yenyewe. Nasema hivyo. So Richie amesema aje, which Christianity today? A lot of things happen. Imagine someone gets healed, number one. The surgeon spent hours in operation room. The guy gets healed and the patient went straight to the pastor to say thank you. Unaona hivyo? Yani anakuthank the person who never healed them in the beginning. Naona? Hiyo ndio shida sasa. The person who never healed them anaenda kuthank. Oh, I thank you for healing me. Man, no. You're just thanking some guy. Na maybe umesahau Richie, that analogy is so good until uone ile bill ya surgeon ni how much? Itakuwa 300,000. Alafu ya pastor ni how much? Maybe ni 10,000. It depends. Watu wagani kama musema hivi, kuna wase they need your type of religion. Ile waambie what to do. I get that. No. According to mumu wana hii story yote may come through colonialism. Wasali wana the best way kumanipulate watu wako intelligent, very very patient before msajam na mimi. It's not like kuwa na ile your customary traditions zilikuwa ati hizi ni fake. Hapana. The best way kukonka watu ni kuwakonka through their mind. No. How come mzungu anakuja Afrika, British specifically, si mzungu British anakuja Afrika na hizo makantri zingine wana colonize watu wanaishi huko who are smart enough, they know everything. Alafu wana convince your things are inferior, ours is superior. Alafu wanawacha huko alafu mnakuwa kama ma robots. Musa kama everybody drank the Kool-Aid. Niko na hiyo example, I don't know how I can do that. Kama ningefanya example ni ile uchukue kama how do I example, uko na glass ya maji. I wish niko na glass ya maji ni washo. Kuna glass ya maji hapa hivi. Alafu uchukue sukari uinishe kwa glass ya maji, alafu ikoroge. Unaona? Shekoroga, siidi kwa maji kawaida kwa tu H2O, maji ya kawaida. Alafu meka a tablespoon of tuseme dye ama nini? Sukari, chumvi, umekoroga. Ukisip kidogo hivi, unasikia ina taste funny. Hii ni sukari, hii ni maji ya sukari, si maji kawaida. But in terms of hiyo story ya kuwa brainwashed ama indoctrinated, kuna wase walisip hiyo maji ya sukari. So, ni tamu lakini I'm skeptic. Kuna wase walikunywa halfway. Naona. Kuna wase walikunywa yote, maji ya sukari yakamaliza. So it depends on how much Kool-Aid ulikunywa na hiyo kudanganya. Juu kama hapa US kulikuwa na slavery, ile osamanga Bible tu ya kawaida, ile the evangelical Bible iko na whatever amount. Kulikuwa na slave Bible. Believe me, if you doubt it, ndainunua nikuonyeshe, tuisome pamoja uone. Ile eliminate Exodus, ina get away with some verses, ile convince hawa say slaves. Alafu kumbuka ilikuwa the difference ya kama naongea hii stories, sijui kama iko acceptable na hii platform yangu, but ni hivi, ukikuwa unavlesa Kenya kuna ma customary laws. Kama sasa mimi mwambianga wife, hii ni ka joke, ile tu running joke, inside joke. Mwambia wife, no, you know, I married you. And because wewe ni mzungu hapa hivi, I got you for free. No, ilikuwa free. Tulimeet, tukaongea, tukaoana for free. Wedding, boom, boom, boom. Actually, they did the ceremony. Mamake alikuwa na ceremony kidogo. Alafu mimi kwa ceremony ya tukamalizana. Game over. No, I got you for free. Lakini Afrika, ukioa demu Afrika, kuna dowry. No. So technically, it's like you're buying the woman from their family. So ni kweli, by the way, ni transactional. Mwana. In terms of exchange, watu wakioa mostly is like you're buying. So ukibuy mwanamke, chances are, kama niyo culture ya patriarchy, utamtreat kama property. She becomes your property. You're fully in charge of her. Mwambianga wife, I don't own you. No. I got you for free, number one. Miss you own. You're your own person, I'm my own person. That's why akichelewa nilimbuy a truck, ndio kuna truck yake asema ati nakula pesa yake. Ile tu mimi na think about business kama business hivi. I don't own you. Kabisa. Kama I didn't even get you for free, tuliamua tukae pamoja. So sisi ni kama my partner in crime. I don't own you kabisa. Zero. No down payment, nothing. No. It's not buying, it's appreciating the family as a man. Don't get it twisted. Eric South nakabili kweli kabisa, it's owning. No. Ukibuy mwanamke, mimi ukibuy mwanamke kama sasa, kama mimi nakamkenya kuoa, ndapo price tag moja ya $1 million, wata consider Alboni Maisha States, ako States, conversion ya dollar, say whatever you want. In the context ya African culture, ni appreciating the family. In the modern context sahi, based after colonialism, ni purchasing. You're buying a woman. Why do you have to pay? No. Kama mtu kutoka hapa States anasema I've been here, sikudanganyi, ni ukweli kabisa. Naona sahi context ni the easiest way to kuwa na wealth. Naona utapewa price tag ya unataka mwanamke wangu akona degree, akona nini, hiyo sasa ni 1 million, 2 million, alafu kimnunua akuja cheat on wewe. Naona no return of investment. But you know what I'm saying, it's very tricky. Don't get offended. Need to analogy. It's like you're paying for something. You're buying somebody. No. So if you buy something, that means you own it. Kama unafika jioni hivyo pata chakula imepikwa kila kitu, you know, you're good to go. Mimi sikufanya hivyo. Mimi nilipata wife yangu for free. No. Free. So mwambia, but I gave you kids. Mwambia, no, it's our kids. No hivyo. So Eric South, mbona usi appreciate mwanamke too? Just being curious. Bro, leo unaongea sense sana. And you kweli, it's like purchasing. Juu unalipa dowry. Watu wako States hapa hivyo tu kutoka Kenya. Unapigonga price tag ingine sema on second thoughts man. Sijui unalipa down payment. Hiyo si ni nyumba, hiyo ni mortgage. Down payment alafu namlipia familia yake over time. That's true. Unaona? Ndio iko hivyo. Hiyo ni patriarchy, ni culture fulani. So slavery in US, that's my point. Sio mambo ya wife, naongea tu ile example. Point yangu ni hivi. Slavery in America ilikuwa hivi. Ship inakuja kutoka Africa, kama ni Ghana, whatever hiyo story ya Ghana, inakaa inaingia Jamestown. Jamestown ni East Coast huko hivyo. Maryland, North Carolina, South Carolina, hiyo area huko hivyo. Ikiingia hivi, wanangojea. Mazi niko na picture by the way. I have post. Man, I won't even tell you. Hizi vitu Morgan na take very seriously, si joke. Because Morgan very curious. Ship ikiingia hivi, kuna auction. Demo anatolewa na kwa pale mbele. Unaona? Unamwangalia demo. Kama kuna ile turntable, Morgan turntable hapa hivi. Unaambua spin around, unaona? Demo na spin around. Akona haga, akona hair. Unaambua okay, $100, $200, $300. Wana say, sikudanganyi. I'm not kidding. It's real. Alafu unanunuliwa. Sold. Unatolewa unaingia hapo. Kama unamtoea na yako hapo. Man, naona. So these people American, watu wa UK kuja hapa colonize America, walikuwa they were purchasing human beings. So kuwa na slave, si ati kuna mtumwa. Mtumwa ni jina gani? Sijui Kiswahili. Si ati somebody who works for you. You own them. Ni property. Utaenda kwa bank, utumie huyo mtumwa wako kama collateral. Useme I want $1 million. What's your collateral? Nikana huyu dem alitoka Africa, huyu ndio collateral. Alafu unachukua hiyo demo na kajina yake pale. Ukidefault payment, ukidefault hiyo loan, they come and get your slave. Naona, that's why usamangaje slave hakuwa binadamu, alikuwa property. Naona, so having more slaves ni kama leverage. Okay, aka kama if you don't know what thing this thing evolved to, kukuwa na slave au ndio wali create stock market, by the way, because now you don't need a slave kama ule mtu kuna stock market, unaweza trade. If you have shares you can borrow against your shares. Back then ilikuwa una borrow against mtumwa wako. Naona, so ni property, sikudanganyi. Ni history iko hapa, by the way. Hata kuna Museum of African American in Washington DC. Nikipata chance nda travel iko siku moja one of these days, ndapiga picha kila kitu, nda bring my camera niwaambie. Ni poa kuunderstand hii history ndio ujue mbona Waafrika waga maskini na hao wengine ni tajiri kutuliko. Tulikuwa property wao for free 100%, leverage kila kitu, si just mfanyakazi. Ni property. Utakununua ile shamba neka example, who's my best example? Kama sasa kutumia jina mtu hapa, tuseme kama niko na property yangu, mtu fulani property, na mweka kama yeye ndio collateral. Naona, collateral. Nasema nda borrow $2 million, ndio collateral. Kwa sababu ni mtu slave ni nini? Anafanya kazi from 6 to 6. Naona, tobacco farm. Kwa sababu colonialism hapa America ilianza kama drug dealer, wakauzanga tobacco, which is a drug, by the way, kauja hizo. So ilikuwa drug dealers kwanza, number one. So hiyo machine ya kufanya drug dealing, hiyo ilikuwa binadamu 6 to 6, sunrise to sunset. Hiyo ni labor consistently. You feed them just enough ya kufanya job. Hawana lifestyle. Naona, ilikuwa property. That's why you're a big deal, by the way. Yes, slavery, big deal, because ilikuwa wanawake ilikuwa the same way, wanawake. So mwanamke anasema ataka ile female rights, that's exactly what they mean. They don't want to be property anymore. Wanataka kuwa binadamu. Naona, ile ndio msema aje, what I believe in right now ni universal human rights. Kama ni binadamu, sijui class gani, sijui rangi gani, I don't really care. You have a right to exist. Naona, because you think like me. Si kila mtu yuenda choo, kila mtu yukufa, kila mtu iwali kiharibika, kila mtu ana dedi. Naona hivyo. Kuna watu wafikiriangi hivyo, au na kama wako special because of some false ideology over time. Naona hivyo. So niambie sasa, ukienda uodem uwekewe 1.5 million, mtu wa Kenya umlete hapa umuoe, umpatie mapepa, aingie nasi alafu akuache anze kuchita na wewe, how you gonna feel? Ulilipa price, there's a price to pay. Naona hivyo. That's what I'm saying. Naona, kama ni appreciate family, ile context ile culture huko. Lakini ukivuka hii side nyingine inakuwa ni kama you're paying for it, ni asset na liability. So how much can Uni Hassan Waisa, how much can investing monthly besides portfolio and for how long it takes to reach 1 million, and what's the best shares to invest in? Breakdown please. Hiyo ni kama nifungue portfolio yangu alafu nikuonyeshe. I can't just say, nimesema hivi example. If you know what I'm talking about ni hivi, utapata kuna group ya 10 companies kwa hizi ma brokerage, kama tuseme ukienda kama Vanguard ama Fidelity ama Schwab's, kuna 10 companies zimekuwa listed kwa hii portfolio. Kuna Nvidia, kuna Apple, kuna IBM. I'm just using an example, tech companies, Tesla, SpaceX, nini hapa hivi. Utapata shares zao maybe ni sijui ni how much per one share. So what you do kwa brokerage ni ile unanunua a piece of it every day, a piece, 0.5, 0.6. So the more money you make, the more unakuwa na 1, 2, 3 ina grow. So you have to be pumping money huko for a long time, do you grow over time. Every time unaweka pesa pale, una increase value ya share yako, una increase. That's what, yani, the reason why company, sijuka nianzia wapi sasa mse wangu. Kampuni kwa hivi, kampuni yangu ni privately owned. Kampuni yangu ni privately owned. Naona, kampuni yangu ya tracking, privately owned. Suppose ikienda public, inakuwa IPO, inakuwa publicly traded. Sawa. So when people buy my shares because they believe in what I'm doing, and because they believe in what I'm doing, it increase shares ya kampuni. And from the share money that I get from our public investors, nda use hiyo pesa kama CEO, if I'm the CEO, to grow the company, ndio wale ma investor wapate return in investment. Suppose when my company in the public ilikuwa worth 1 million, alafu nipate watu 1 million wa invest kwa hiyo because they have faith in me. Yani shares ni faith based. Ilo na kama I think hii company yomse iko na ile innovative. I see iko na potential ya growth the next 3 years. So anybody who wants to make money kuincrease shareholder yake ata invest na a piece of that company, alafu anakuwa invest every month. So when you put money in, ni kama unapatia hiyo kampuni working capital. A good CEO, overall a good CEO, anachukua hiyo pesa yenyu I invest in things, because kumbuka, when an investor, you don't really care what he does, but you expect him, you need a return of your investments. So a good CEO atachukua ile pesa extra aseme, oh, I have a trucking company with 100 trucks. Because I have new money from the shareholders, I'm going to increase the fleet to 200. Using the same method I've been using to run the 100, you need double your income. When people see that company may increase from 100 to 200, I think we have faith in this company. Then more people will come in and pour in money by buying shares, stocks kwa hiyo kampuni. Then itakuwa na ile more money, working capital. Then CEO anasema, oh, I have 300 more people. What I'll do, I'll double my fleet, equal 3 times more. So the people who invested earlier, wale ikikuwa 100, value yao labda itakuwa times 2. The third year times 3. The people who joined the second year, itakuwa times 2 by the third year. In example, to an analogy too, I'm trying to make you understand. So people who are investing earlier, ndio growth yao go faster. But most of the time, maybe hizi companies ziko established, zikianza, you didn't even have any money, maybe ulikuwa high school, au kuwa na hiyo chance. But it's never too late to invest, even if it's 3-7 years in. Kwa nini? Sababu kama hiyo company kuna potential ya ile growth over time, uta invest in the grow portfolio yako over time. So that's what you do. A piece of that company. So job ya CEO primarily so ndio musemaje, a good CEO ataonaje, hii tracking I make do sana, so I'll get this extra money from my investors, ni invest na real estate. So at the end of the year ukitaka dividend, ndaka nimeanza business ingine. So it's like you're using other people's money to build this company, alafu inakuwa na faith. Naona hivyo kama si Starlink imekuwa so famous, iko na contract na airline, because now you can fly in some airlines, upate wifi from the time unaanza kwa airport mpaka mahali unafika destination, free wifi. See, everybody's free by the way, lazima kuwe first class ama uilipie, but siku hizi ndege iko na wifi, so I could be chit-chatting na mtu kwa phone bila kuinterfere na signal ya ndege while I'm traveling. Kwa nini? Because of SpaceX. So imesolve problem moja that used to be a problem before, but now si problem anymore. Naona hivyo because umse ame-invent something, ina make sense sasa kukuwa naye. Unaona kitu kama hiyo ndio maana hiyo kampuni sasa. So ukisema Hassan Waisa atakuinvest 1 million, lazima uanzie mahali alafu uanze kuinvest, yani start before you're ready. Hiyo ndio concept. Mimi nisema ndaanza YouTube channel 2020, natumia kama example ile ina relate 23, ningeanza 22 by the way, I was just procrastinating. No, nikaanza channel. So kwanza so far nimepost karibu 700 videos kwa hii channel tangu nianze, because of consistency. Okay, as they do poor sana most of them, because niko naanza from scratch. I don't even know what I'm doing half the time. Musa matule idea yangu ni kushare. So meaning if those videos like investment over time, what do you need? Okay, just throw it over there. Got burnt?
Yeah.
Okay then. Okay. I didn't know that.
It was on the side of the bed.
Okay.
The whole house would have burned down.
Good. I'm in the live. So bye. I'll investigate. It's probably poor quality.
It is.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta buy the good stuff.
Okay.
Burn the house down. Can I
Good to know.
leave her here?
Yeah. I'm almost done. Yep. Okay. So unasema hivyo, unasemaje utakuwa your primary objective ni ile kuincrease shares za hiyo kampuni, ndio ule msana kama baadaye inakuwa lucrative. I won't waste my money kuinvest na hii kampuni. Lakini kumbuka hizi makampuni ziko na life cycle pia. So sometimes kuinvest na share ni unasemaje, ni long term game. Unaweza buy shares kwa hii kampuni, run for 14 years, ikuwe irrelevant, ikuwe replace na ingine. But if you've been buying a basket of shares, hata ikuwa irrelevant, ile ita take over, utaendelea kuinvest na hii ingine. There is a way ina work out kwa hiyo brokerage account Hassan Waisa. I can't tell you specifically, lazima nifungue page yangu hivi nikuonyeshe vile mufanya. Example, hata mimi si pro, muwe na ile tu instinct, naona muwe na kwa ile tech, kama usema hivi in US, naona US hii ni naweza jina ile kwa circle back kwa ile story ya Warren Buffett akianza kuinvest, one of the biggest alisema hivi investment ni hivi, alisema yeye ukiangalia Warren Buffett vitu hiyo invest naye ni very strategic, alafu because make so much money from investment akaona ile leverage ile watu wengi hawana. Yeye ni one of the biggest investor kwa Coca-Cola. Watu wangapi kunywa Coca-Cola in the whole world? It's a global company. Naona hivyo. Kwa nini? Alijua hii tena mbali. So musa mamu advice wase hivi, ukitaka kuinvest kwa one of the most stable companies, invest in energy kama oil companies. Kwa nini? Because one of the biggest producing ya energy kwa world ni oil. Naona hivyo. So buy oil company shares, chances are this is something people use on a daily basis. So unless solar ikuje ikuwe noma sana ama geothermal, just invest in energy in general. Kwa nini? Because watu wengi hutumia energy on a daily basis. Either ita depreciate ama ita appreciate, but it would never stop functioning. Juni oil. No. People burn oil for planes of fly na oil, train na oil, ship na oil. Okay, kama imekuwa source of energy message to solar, invest in solar. Kwa nini? This is something people use on a daily basis. Warren Buffett ameinvest na retail, hizi maduka zinauza vitu za daily kama furniture. Ameinvest na insurance company. Everybody needs insurance. Unaona hivyo? So portfolio yake yuko guaranteed, even if he's not the richest man in the world, mali yuko poa bado. I'm not as rich as Elon Musk. I only have like 200 billion. Msee, hata 1 billion ni pesa mingi. No. Me, labda in my lifetime, hata sijui kama ndaifika hivyo. Maybe ndafika. Mwanga very optimistic by the way. But sasa ile hata 1 million ni do mob sana. Ile tu compared to the guy with the most money inakaa kidogo. But still kwa mtu wa kawaida, that's what you do. Una invest kwa zile vitu zile ziko na sure fire. Whatever happens, they never die down. Zina float bado. Naona hivyo. Juu watu wangapi tumia energy? Everybody. Naona. Hii life is powered by energy. Is a carbon electricity, you never know. Maybe it's produced by burning oil generator. Ama hydroelectric, kuna river na mwaga maji. Unaona hivyo. Chances are because na Mississippi River hapa hivi, hii labda ni hii kutoka Canada, hata sijui energy hapa kutoka wapi. But ama kuna nuclear energy pia, unaona. So, huyu asemaje, I get 100k in Kenya and I have secured a job in Florida paying $34 per hour. Any advice? Niangalie advice yako. If you secure a job in Florida and you get 100k in Kenya, wacha tuone $34 an hour. 34, mulipa dereva wangu 35. So just in case, $34 times 40 hours a week equals 1,360 times 4 weeks equals 5,444 minus tax. I think so. Kuna tax. Sijui tax ya Florida ni how much? State, hakuna state. Sijui, okay. 5,440 per month times rate ya Kenya ni ngapi? 130. Tuseme tu 130 kama nini. No. You'll be making 770,000 a month. And you're thinking about coming to Florida again? No. Unitwaje? Dangston. Come for that job. Kuja hapa mara moja. Of course kuna expenses, but I guarantee you kuja hapa hivi, I mean honestly speaking, ukuja hapa hivi, utafanya hivi just to make yourself feel better. Every month you'll be saving 100,000 Kenya shillings kwa account yako to replace the job that you really love that you lost in Kenya. Naona, you'll make more than that. Na hiyo tu ni ile surface level. Naona, niweje Dagestan, hiyo tu ni ile level ya surface. You never know. Hii job ya 34, you might get another job in lipa 65. Upatine lipa 85. Upatine to 120 in the third, fourth year. Naona. Potential to make more money itakuja. Hii tu ni ile, if you're starting with 34, that's a decent paycheck in America, by the way. Even in Florida. Naona hivyo. Bora usinunue Range Rover, kumbuka hizi my investment hizi. Naona. It's not just about money, even exposure and growth. That's true. Kutoka hivi nje ya country, oh my goodness. Like, kama mimi, I never knew, I'm going to be honest with you, in the admit live on nini, it's a big deal. I'm going to say, I got him, controversy. But I love controversy. Controversy will make me more subscribers. But anyway, that's for the wrong reasons. Nivi, I never knew there was a country called Laos. Laos. I didn't even know there's a country called Laos. How many? Kuna country to Laos? one in the chat kama unajua Laos, Lao, Laos. I never knew there's a country like that. Miss Konajua. This is just one of my friends in meet. I was like, where are you from? Akaniambia Laos. No. I'm asking, where are you from? Laos. I did how stupid nikafikiria. One of my good sasa kumtaja jina. Laos. Laos iko karibu na Cambodia na Vietnam, hiyo area hapo hivyo. Wako wengi sana hapa by the way because of the war. Wako wanasaidia military. Siko najua kuna country ito hivyo. Kama saa kwa Iran, kama tuseme northeast of Iran, country gani ziko huko? Afghanistan, Kazakhstan, stan. Kuna country kama 7 hivi. Former Russia ika break into small pieces. So I never knew that. Hata kiangalia maps ionangi hivyo kitu. Kama ulisema aje I think the world is flat. Man, stop kidding yourself. World iko flat, ni globe. You have to be, I mean, come on. Very simple thing. Ndege ikifly from UK to the US, hiyo endaje? Ina flyingiaje? Flat hivi. Hapana. Hiyo enda North Pole, alafu inarudi South Pole. Siziona. Kuna ile, some things are pretty obvious. You only need a little bit of recheck ndio uamini. Don't just believe things because you believe them. 100K, we make that in a day here. Sikia amesema hivi, sikia msee asema in a day. So ukuja hapa hivi Dangstan, ukuja hapa hivi na 34, that's a good entry point. Alafu within a few years utakuwa kama utakuwa na make 100 a day. Unaona hivyo? Laos iko hapo tena show. Cambodia, karibu na Cambodia. Angalia kwa map ya China iko hapo tena kama na zoom out. Kama niko zoom in, zoom out. Niko hapo malimi niko. Unaona? There's so many places you didn't even know existed. Ukiangalia map utaona for the first time Laos ni nimekuwa the edge of the world. Unaona? Atlanta, bali kwa US, oh my goodness. Nafaa kwenda hapa hivi Asia. Hapa China, angalia mali China iko Hong Kong, Thailand. So kuna Thailand, alafu kuna Bangkok, kuna Cambodia, alafu kuna Vietnam. Kuja huku juu kuna Laos. Hii hata sijui ni country gani hata ina jina hapa sikumbuki. Hii bado ni Vietnam. Alafu kuna next Vietnam ni Burma, ile Myanmar ama ni Myanmar kitu hiyo. Kuna Bangladesh, kuna Bhutan, kuna Nepal, kuna India, kuna Pakistan, kuna Afghanistan, kuna Turkmenistan. Man, naona hivyo. Sikuwa najua hizo vitu by the way. No. It's a good thing kujua, oh, Laos is a country. I never knew that. What do you do? Naona hivyo. Kuna hiyo exposure. Mimi nishakuwa Florida, nishakuwa wapi? Sijai kuwa Miami kabisa. Nishakuwa Orlando, mid Florida na North Florida. Sijaenda Miami bado. I'm yet to. 4 hours away if I want to. No. There's a conquer in one day, one time. But kuna vitu zani prevent kufanya hivyo. No. So basically, Dangstan wewe kuja. Kama una hiyo job, ukipata hiyo job kuja. Then just to pay back, hiyo ndio the best thing. Once you get that job ukifika hapa hivi, kuwa na lifestyle tu ile average, alafu save 100K Kenya shillings per month kwa account yako. By December utakuwa na 1.2 million. Naona, alafu niambie. Naona. Even mufanye hivyo, mupa na ile payback. Something ilikuwa ni prevent kufanya vitu from the beginning. When you start doing it, unasema I'm going to do better. Alafu unafanya better na kwa hivyo. Naona. Utakuwa na very good exposure, utashangaa sana. Utaona Lamborghini for the first time, uone maboat, uone culture, ushindwe, easy lifestyle. Bora tu usione watu wazungu waseme let's go for a boat ride, alafu wafuate uende nayo. Na wewe ndio mtu mweusi peke yake. Chances are utarudi home. Naona. Kuna really happen for real by the way. Naona kuna watu wengine weusi wanafikiria hao ni wazungu. Wanasahau ni weusi. Alafu na hangana nao na labda deep down hao wanakuchukia na ujui. Naona. Wanakuenvy na wewe ujui, unafuata tu kijinga alafu unapata urudi home that night. Don't do that. No. So kuna swali yote tunamaliza hapa bwana. Nimewachia mtoi tena. Naona. Mama amesema anaenda na niwachia mtoi. Wali plug in something imechomeka kidogo. Sijui nini chomeka. Maybe ilika huko for a long time. Nini nyingine? Anything else? Tumeenda an hour and a half. I have to stop now. Sitaki kukaa hapa sana. Mtoi yuko peke yake upstairs. Sijui kama wife ameenda bado? No. So that's what it is. Ila mkakuniambia. So kuna swali yote. Nimecover everything. Sina kama Kool-Aid, kama wewe msema mimi new truck driver salary as new. It depends who's paying. It depends who's paying. Sahi rate ni kama $30 an hour approximately hourly, $30 an hour. Kuna madereva it depends on your level. I think as a truck driver you could make like $1,500 to $2,500 a week. You range you as a driver depending on your experience, whatever. Nimekatile kama roughly between $1,500 to $2,500 a week as a truck driver. Naona summary ya your presentation. What's my summary? Niende Australia ama ni apply America? Enda Australia kwanza, alafu kuja America, itakuwa easier. Kuna country ukikuwa huko depending of John easy. Suppose ukienda Australia kwanza, if you already have the paperwork na kila kitu, enda huko kwanza, then come to America visiting. Itakuwa much easier than from Kenya directly. Naona hivyo. Hizi makantri ukienda zinakupatia, you gain points. So you know what kind of points, sky miles, whatever they call them, wanakutake more seriously. Unasema wewe ni Mkenya ukienda Australia alafu nakam kuvisit, huyu ni mtu genuine. Naona Kuzal niambia alikuwa anaenda France, alafu ndege yake kachelewa, ilikuwa sijui ndege ilichelewa from US, so inabidi wapewe hoteli, wakanafanya madharau na watu wa Faransa, madharau sana. Wenda kwa restaurant, they don't want to serve them because wanafikiri labda watalipa. Alitoa passport hivi akaona American, walikuwa wazuri all of a sudden. Naona hivyo. Kuna hizo countries za kupatia ile credibility. So kama kuna a party ya Australia, enda Australia kwanza, then come visit. Tukua hiyo, I don't know if it's 12-hour flight, whatever it is, it drives me crazy. But one day I'll fly. Muhet could fly, by the way. But for the sake of going seeing places, and I fly too. So how often do you go live? Every Sunday. Same time as now, every Sunday. Between the week, rarely, but every Sunday. Otherwise, before that, you can ask me a question, send me a message, I'll always answer. Live is every Sunday. In the future, maybe it's every Wednesday too, but I'm busy making money 5 days a week, so I can have a weekend off. I don't work weekends. So which is the best? I think you mean dump truck and over-the-road truck. It depends on your needs. If you don't mind camping in your truck for 3 weeks and being out of the house, over the road. But if you want to be home every day, dump truck is pretty much local. You start in the morning, evening, home. Morning, evening, home. So based on what do you want? What do you want to do? Do you want to be over the road camping in your truck? It sounds good until you come here. No. Naona katuosis, ni katuosis. Ana drive to gari kwa barabara. Ako lonely mbaya. Ujui, no. But he's making money. It just depends on your level of sacrifice. What do you want to do? Do you want to make more money and be away from home, or make a little less money and be home every day? Depends. What do you want? No. I prefer make a little less consistent money and be home every day. That's why I'm able to do the live. Kwa nyumba yangu hapa hivi. Hii ni man cave. My makeshift studio. Ni makeshift, by the way. Light, camera, meza, kila kitu. No. Just makeshift. Si real kabisa. It's just a place that I find it's quiet enough to record a video. That's what it is. So where are you based? Minneapolis, Minnesota. Minneapolis. In terms of payment, we don't get your tracking. Payment over, you make, truck drivers make between $1,500 to $2,500 a week. Over the road, same thing. So depending on your experience, so many factors in between, but in between $1,500 to $2,500 as a truck driver. I can say more, but more, you're more specialized. Nongele averagely. So the lowest ni $1,500, you'll end up with $6,000 a month. If you're making 25, $10,000 a month as a driver. As an owner, it's a little bit different. You need to have your own business. Of course, you make more, but you have expenses. No. Approximately, as an owner, you make about maybe $6,000 a week because it's more money because you have expenses. So there's your difference. So in terms of payment, so how do you avoid kids hanging with other races? Teenagers who were in school playing football together. My kid, how do you avoid kids hanging with other races? Teenagers who were in school playing football together. I don't know. I don't know what you mean by that exactly. My kids just do whatever they like to do. If they want to go out, they go out. If they want to be in the house, Mostly they stay in the house, mostly. No. So I don't know exactly. You can avoid, you can't. There's club, there's like after school activities, and there's school activities. So you can sign your kid up for baseball, for football or soccer, for after school. They go to school until 3, then 4 you pick them up, go to another after school activity, like a junior team. You can do that if you want to. It's up to you. Anyway, so I don't know exactly what you mean by that, but Nivo. So that's good. Ras, Jules. So anything else before tumalize? Anything? I gotta go watch my 2-year-old. Anything else? Ilikuwa random, a little bit random. Oh, the World Cup? It looks like this. A replica World Cup. This is not real. It's just a piece of wood, but it looks like that. Comparable. It's about 14 inches, 0.6 big. There's a human being here, another human being here, and the African continent, American continent, whatever, globe at the top. Hands, face, FIFA World Cup. Looks like that, if you want to see it. No. Fake, not real, fake. I just wanted to have one. No. I mean, blacks hanging with the white, like the recent case. Oh, that's like going to the boat, something like that. You can't avoid it. It depends. Generally, if you live in the cities in Minnesota, you live in a community. So you pretty much know your neighbors. It's a very individualistic lifestyle up in America. It's easy to avoid everything. You can only hang out with black people if you want. You can be segregated if you want. Very simple. That's not a problem. If you want to segregate your kids, you can. They'll only see other people when they go to school. That's about it. Mona. So you mean 1,500 per week with taxes or after taxes? 1,500 nile minimum, maximum 25. It could be 2,000. I'm just saying depending on ile to averagely. The lowest you'll make is 1,500 a week as a truck driver. Driver, not the owner. Then the highest is 25. Depending on how long you've been driving, experience, there's all those factors. If you're just out of driving school, probably less than that, but after 2 months, you'll make 1,500 a week. Hivyo sasa. Hiyo ni before tax. 2,500 before tax, of course. So what about as an owner? Owner, it depends. Over the road, kuna watu they're making 12,000 gross a week because you're different loads. Owner, over the road, you make more money because on a clock, you're always driving, you're on the road full time. Like you're gone, you're just working for 3 weeks straight. 12,000 a week, highest. Lowest, maybe 6,000 too, I don't know. It's been a while since I did that. So, and back then things were a little bit cheaper. So I don't even have the numbers right. But over the road in the Evo, you could 12,000 a week. It could be 24,000 in 2 weeks. It could be 60,000 a month. It depends. So it's up to you. But Neil, are you willing to be out there for 3 weeks and live in your truck? Do it. If you're not willing to, you want to be home every day. And believe me, everybody wants to be home at the end of the day. They just, sometimes you'll chase the money until you get sick of it. Then you come back home. Oh, no. So that it works out like that. But you need truck driving too. There's other careers. More focus on the things I know. Nursing pays about $45 a month, $45 an hour. Nursing. Uni level gani. Nursing is between 45 to maybe 75, depending. But you have to be in school for 4 years, 3 years, 4 years. I don't know. No. So hapa sema nini Osana Maisha? Sema US index funds and Euro per, does it work the same? A little bit different. Index funds is like you're giving the government money to use it for a project and they pay you back every month. That's what index funds are. But Europe, same thing. Even, I mean, isn't bonds? Bonds, it's the same thing, I think, but different context depending on the market. So that's what it is about the owner, about everything. That's the kind of money you'll make. Depending on inflation, some advice, live within your means so you can, because of the way the system works. The system works like, if you want to spend money, okay. Oh, somebody sent me a thanks. I didn't even see that. Oh my goodness, I'm terrible. Who was this? Because somebody back then. Man, I'm so terrible at this. Thank you though. Ultima title gift. Thank you. So talk about gross and net on payment. It depends. It depends on your expenses. For example, if you buy a brand new truck over the road, it's probably about 200,000, 250,000. Then you buy a brand new trailer, it's about 100,000. So you have a equipment trailer tractor is about 350. Your payment on the truck is probably maybe 4,000. On the trailer is 2,000. So you're paying 6,000. If you make 12,000 and you run hard, you got to take some breaks because you're going to be running hard for 5 years. Is that possible? Not possible. So you have to use your money wisely because you paid a lump sum. Then you figure out how you're going to make your payments. It depends. It depends. And sometimes the economy goes slow. No. That's the gross payment and everything. So how do you look like working as a nurse? How does it look like working as a nurse or medical doctor? Medical doctor, they spend 10 years in school. If you're 19, by the time you graduate, you're going to be 29. But once you graduate, you're going to have $1.5 million student loan, but you're going to be making $300,000 a year. So you figure out how you're going to pay for that. Kuna hiyo medical doctor. Nursing is a little bit cheaper. You can go to school for 5 years, make close to what the doctor is making based on your experience and your specialty. But nurses, some nurses aren't the same as doctors, but experience matters and who you're working for. Same thing. Not really same thing, but because nurses do most of the job anyway, to be honest, it's just the level of whatever. No. Doctors are more responsible, but nurses pretty much do the bulk of the work. So I'll tell you differences. They do the bulk of the work. Doctors make more money. Why? Because doctors are more responsible than nurses. That's why. Authority, ile patriarchy, whatever that is. So that's what it is. If you want to be a doctor, 10 years. My son wants to be a doctor. I'm like, do you really want to go to school for 10 years? I don't know. Anyway, if that's what he wants, I'll let him do it. No. If he can do that, 29, 10 years in school. So how many hours do you work as a dump truck driver? Between 45 to 60 a week. 45 to 60 or 40 to 60, probably 45. But we only work for 9 months, 8 to 9 months. On a good month, on a good year, 8 to 9 months. On a bad year, it could be 6 to 7 months or even 6 months. So that's what you do. Number one, dump truck driver. I'm not a driver. I own the truck and it's paid off. So it's an advantage. So I don't have any pressures. I don't owe any money, but I have maintenance costs. Because now that the truck is 6 years old, it keeps breaking down. Things are just catching up, just maintenance. So anything else? I got to go now, 2 hours. So number one, live is every Sunday if you're new here. I'm streaming on TikTok and YouTube at the same time. My main channel, main videos are on YouTube side of everything. There's a recording for this video, Man Cave Talk. I'll post on Friday next week. So that's what it is. Come on, if you're new here, I'm giving away a camera, 10K. You don't have to do anything. Just share the video with somebody so you can have a mile marker. After 10K, I'm going to be giving out books. We'll suggest a book, talk about it, give it away like that on a weekly basis. I don't care. Books is affordable. Cameras are very expensive, but I'll give away one camera anyway. It's very expensive. So that's what you're going to do. It's a promise I have to keep because I said I'm going to do that. I'm trying to promote a young creator. Ule atakufanya video, audio and everything. We'll just discuss that. What kind of camera do you want? Whatever is current, then whoever who wins that, atapata hiyo camera. I said that I'm going to do it. No. I'm going to lose some money, but it is what it is. You promise. 10K subscriber. After 10K, what did I say again? I'm going to be giving away books. Taka book moja hapa, alafu somebody will win the book. Alafu nda email kwao. No. I don't ask people for money. So if anybody message you like, hey, this Maisha States, give me some money, that's not me. I don't need your money. No, I don't need your money. I don't ask for money. I'm just trying to share so all of us can have self-personal development. We improve whatever you're doing right now, ukue a better person than you were yesterday. It's about self-improvement. That's what it is. Just sharing. See big deal. If you want to give me some money, super chat. If you want to support the channel. Not me directly, the channel. No. If you want to sponsor, it's up to you. Yes, here's a what to do. But it's self-development. We have to be awake to all these things. Do better every single day. Treat people with respect. Universal human rights. In your theme even. If you believe in that too, then we are like-minded. If you don't, I'm sorry. No. How long did you take to buy your own truck? Oh, not so long. When I truck, you don't buy it cash. You get funding from the government. I mean, not from the government, from the banks, or even the government gives you loans too. The first thing you do is just figure out what you want to do. There's something called the social credit system in America, social credit system. So you need to work on your credit score. Then it's some few tips. I'll make videos about that on a membership channel, step by step, everything. Then you learn how to do that. You work on your credit system, then you borrow from the bank, then you buy the truck. But make sure you don't miss a payment, because you're borrowing money to build your business. You don't want to mess up that opportunity. Take it very seriously, because once you pay off the truck, you go back to the bank, they'll give you more money. Then you'll buy more trucks. Then you keep growing. You borrow money, you pay it on time. Never miss a payment. If you're going to miss a payment, call them in advance. Let them know. They'll work with you. It's true, by the way, it's true. They'll work with you. They don't want to take the truck. They want you to succeed. Things happen. Life happens. So if you miss a payment, that's how you buy your own truck. It's a step by step. But you can borrow and build a business. Everybody does that. Most people, at least, unless you have some inheritance from your grandpa who was a billionaire and he died and you left some, your trust fund baby. But you can borrow money and build a business from scratch. It's possible. So anything else? YouTube? Big bro, Ralph here. You're my mentor. Oh, Ralph VP, you're available today. So 3 weeks running over the road. How are you getting rest? The rest of 4 weeks when you get off? No, you just get 1 week off because you got to keep making money. So 3 weeks, as a truck driver, you're only allowed to work 14 hours a day, 10-hour rest. So if you actually driving is 11 hours, working is 14 hours, 10 hours rest. Within 24 hours, it's managed. You can only drive 11 hours. So if you're going to be out there picking up loads and delivering, picking up and delivering, it's up to you. I like being home, honestly. I want to sleep on my own bed, not on the truck's bed. Truck zangu ni day cab. I don't have a sleeper. I can't sleep in my truck even if I wanted to. So prevent everything. So as a first-time buyer, do you buy as a business or as personal? Mostly personal, because they'll look at you. Because, okay, if you're a first-time buyer and you're building your business, you have no proof to prove that your business is growing. You have to buy the truck first, then build the business. So in the beginning, they look at your personal credit. Because, as imagine, President Ruto also make it to juicy. Your credit system, your credit score is like, it's a leverage. It's like shares. It's like owning a slave. Inside joke, you know what I'm saying? It's like you can leverage your character to get a loan in America. You can leverage your character, your financial responsibility records to get a loan, because it proves to them, because they don't even know who you are, that you pay your bills on time, credit score. Then when you get that opportunity, use that to grow your business history. After 3-4 years, once you do that, your business will have a record now. So the next time, like what I did when I bought my truck, I never used my personal credit. I used my business credit. Why? Because it's proven, kuna record. I borrowed money, I paid off. Borrowed money, paid off. So now I can use my business credit to buy an Audi Q7. And I just qualify. My Audi Q7, company owned. Konini, why did they give it to me? I have records. No. I don't make the records myself. There's bank statements. No. That's what I'm saying. It's something you just do. And you can't be half-heartedly. All or nothing. Because how are you going to build the thing anyway? Not evil. Straight up. You need to have good credit in the beginning. Your credit worthiness, discipline of financing, financial literacy will get you into a business. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. 3 years, your business has history. Then you can even borrow money because you've been in 3 years in trucking, borrow money and buy real estate. Change direction. I wish I did that. No, I could do something else. Just understand. I'll make a video, membership only, just teaching you these things, because I don't want to repeat. I've been repeating this for the last 3 years. I'm getting sick of it. So the point is amazing. I'm going to keep these things here. Anybody who wants this, $1, just go watch the video. Or $5 if you want specifics, whatever. Cheap enough as I understand. Not evil. So you start off with your personal credit, then you build your business. The next time you'll use your business credit and your personal credit. Leverage credit to build wealth, especially to cast, because we used to be property, somebody else's property. That explains why they're richer than us, because they were leveraging our labor for free. No. As a first-time buyer, so you've explained on growing credit score, which institution is better for starting with. It doesn't matter. You get a credit card, you use 30%, you pay it off every month. Wait for 6 months. Your credit score goes up. Personal. I'll teach you the membership. I think there's videos in Mongi about you back then. No. Wacha nimalize bana. I gotta go watch my kids. My kid, the 2-year-old at least, not everybody. So there's a TikTok and there's a, can I even shut down? Inakataa kabisa, you kataa. Okay, end live up at TikTok. So see you next time on Sunday. Ile ilikuwa unplanned. Then YouTube. Nani hapa 3 weeks over the road. You getting, okay, 4 week. Naongea hizi vitu baadaye. Sasa, I'll say next time. Oops, what happened to the screen? Peace, trademark your YouTube. See you in the next one. Recording is Friday next week.